Well, goddamn. All right, folks. Well, I don't have no intro tonight. At the last minute, I was like, you know what? I got to do an intro. Got to have a nice, long, friggin' intro because it takes about half an hour to get people in here. And I was looking for music, man. I couldn't find nothing good. I was going down a deep rabbit hole of friggin' horrible music. And here we are. I ended up in the friggin' indie, what is it called? Alternative indie rock fucking genre? Oh, Jesus. I found a couple of good songs, but I don't know if I want to play that shit. You know. So no intro, but we're gonna come up with some tomorrow or something. And we're gonna do a daytime show tomorrow, right? We're gonna see how the daytime is. Maybe I do better in the daytime. I don't know. Nobody stays up late at night anymore. I gotta do a 10 o'clock show just to try to get people in here. God damn it! What's up, Becktown? You enjoy an abbreviated intro? I guess a lot of people do, but it's long for a reason. We got to get people in here. What up, Big E? Jay Dams. He's watching Young Frankenstein. God damn it. A 50-year-old movie. Uh-oh. I think we might have some content, guys. I don't know. Somebody said, you want some fucking content, bro? You want some content? I don't know. I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys want some content tonight? I don't know. Somebody said, yeah. I guess I could use some. Shit. I need a fucking miracle right now. That's what I need. I'm doing YouTube shorts. I meant to do a show yesterday. I'm sorry, guys, but I got caught up with the YouTube shorts and trying to come up with ideas, some artwork and shit, exploring new apps and stuff. So we're coming up with new shit now, man. I'm learning. Are we? Yes, we're learning, boy. There's a few topics I want to talk about tonight that's going on in the news. But I don't know. We might have some different type of content for you right now, in the works as we speak. Let's see. All right, so yeah, maybe we'll give you some new content tonight, guys. Give me about 10, 15 minutes. Let me do my spiel because there's a few things I want to get to first. Maybe I should save it for another show. But for the first time ever, we brought back a species from de-extinction, the dire wolf. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but hold on. I got pictures too. We got pictures, guys. We're gonna give you visuals too. This is gonna be an interactive fucking presentation here. Look at this. Now it looks like an average wolf, but it's still only 6 months old. But the dire wolf, an extinct species that was wiped out during the Ice Age. They took DNA from like a 72,000-year-old bone, and I guess they took the DNA and spliced the molecules. We're going to get into it, all right? Anyway, they engineered it so much that this is a real dire wolf. Now, it probably came out of a gray wolf's pussy, but, for all intents and purposes, they spliced the DNA to make sure it's all dire wolf. Then now they discovered that the dire wolf was actually white when they looked at its DNA. So that means it was built for Arctic shit, Arctic hunting. All right, camouflage, boy. It's a magical beast. So we're gonna see what it looks like when it gets bigger, full grown. It's supposed to be much bigger than a friggin' regular wolf. And if you ever seen a real gray wolf in person, it's pretty friggin' big. All right. This is supposed to be bigger jaws, bigger paws, and yeah, this is pretty exciting shit. They can do it. They did it. Now they're going to work on bringing back the dodo and the mammoth and all this other shit. I'm excited about this news now that this content coming up. I don't know. Motherfucker. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna give you guys what you want. Nice. Yeah, yeah. Let me get this to this extinction bullshit. Hold on, we gotta get to this, man. I don't think you guys understand the friggin' importance of this shit. All right, let me see who else is in here. Nightmare. Thank you, brother. Look at this. Beautiful way to start the show. Thank you. 2.99. You must be doing good out there. Thank you, Nightmare. Wow. The raptor is next. No, no dinosaurs, David. Unfortunately. I wish we could bring back dinosaurs, but we can't. Not yet, anyway. They gotta all you gotta do is reverse engineer these friggin' chickens and shit. They say the chicken is mostly the closest related thing to a T-Rex. So they gotta figure out a way to reverse engineer that motherfucker and get a T-Rex egg, boy. Shouts to the West Coast. Thank you, Nightmare. Crimson Clove is in the house. Young Frankenstein is a classic. Nah, 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 man. We don't watch that bullshit. Franken. I saw the one with Robert De Niro. That was all right. I saw that when I was a kid. It was all right. Biggie Small. What up, Eric? Bring back Big Bird of College Point? No, Jesus. How do you know about that, boy? That motherfucker's infamous, huh? They should name it Blizzard. They named it after the founders of Rome, Romulus and Remus. And now they got a third one named Khaleesi or some shit. They're gonna make a whole pack, and they're gonna watch these dire wolves, how they act, how they hunt. They got 2,000 acres to roam on their own preserve. They're gonna make a pack. The same company that built these assholes, they're gonna build the woolly mammoth, the dodo bird, and they're bringing back the thylacine for Dwayne, so he could go thylacine hunting one day, boy. Tommy Lucchese. T Rex was the shit. Land of the Lost. I'm living in the land of the lost. But yeah, T Rex, yeah, it was my favorite dinosaur. Wee! Thank God. I got to deal with rattlesnakes here in Arizona during the summer. You don't need dinosaurs running around? Probably shit your pants, boy. I don't think you guys can comprehend how scary those fucking things would be. Big ass T Rex coming to bite you, boy. Bite you whole. It's a horrible death. You saw Jurassic Park. Guy was on the shitter. That T Rex looked at him. He thought, if I don't move, this motherfucker won't eat me. Died a horrible death. Anyway, there was some other shit I wanted to get to, but now my mind is fucked. I'm just gonna drop a link. Let's just get some people in here. Let's get this fucking show rolling, huh? We got some special guests for your ass. I'm gonna shove a T Rex up somebody's ass. Thank you, Nightmare. Grumpy was his name, Tommy. Tommy what? Templar boy. There's a Chicano gang in Los Angeles that's called Temple Street 13, I say. Every time I see your name, I think of that gang, mano. Oh, it's a comedy. Mel Brooks shit. Oh, no wonder that guy said what he said. What did he say? He said, Abby Normal? Don't you ever disrespect me talking like fucking, what's the guy's name? Don't you ever disrespect me talking like Mel Brooks, boy. Oh, we got more pictures. Hold on. We got, look. Extinct species. Anyway, you guys don't give a shit. Back to some real content for your ass. I got a guest, guys, so all you straighten up. And don't forget, you guys better say hello. Be personable. Be nice. Be polite. I present to you Howie Santos. What up, Howie?
What's up, Smoke?
What up, man? Good to hear from you, man.
All right, how's everything? All right.
Eh, we're getting by.
What's up, chat? Say
What's going
hello
on with
to
you, man?
not much.
Yeah,
Just living day by day. Same
yeah,
shit every day. The legitimate life can be boring at times,
yeah.
but
Boring is good, I guess. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Why would they want to bring the dodo bird back? I mean, there's plenty of dodo birds on YouTube.
that's true. But the ones on that island, they caught a bad break, man. They got slaughtered for no reason. It wasn't right. We gotta make right out of that wrong.
What exactly is a dodo bird? But
It was a bird. What was the name of that island? It's got some island name. It's off the coast of Africa, I think, or somewhere, or maybe in fucking Asia. I don't know. Anyway, the Dutch found this island. It's called like Meredith Island or something like that. And they found this bird. It's a flightless bird. It's kind of unique, and it had no fear of humans because it never encountered a human. The island was, not inhabited, and so they just killed the motherfucker. They used it for its feathers. I guess they ate the damn thing, and it went to extinction. So that's why they call it a dodo bird because it was too dumb to know that you got to run away, from the humans.
right, right.
So that's why you call somebody a fucking dodo brain. Yeah.
I mean, I can see it being like, I guess there's maybe some purpose for bringing these animals back. I don't see where the purpose of the woolly mammoth, but either.
Well, they say they want to bring the woolly mammoth back because they think it's going to help with global warming and shit. They say that they used to pack the ice, like they used to eat the grass and tear down the trees, and when they walk, they pack the ice and shit, so it reflects better. The sun reflects better off the fucking snow, and I don't
Okay,
know.
it makes it stronger, I guess, in the long
Yeah,
run.
so they say in the woolly mammoth we killed out too, supposedly. I don't know.
Well, I'm sure the polar bears will be happy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, oh,
You know.
they're having a rough go right now. The polar bears.
Yeah, those dire wolves are nice. They're pretty dogs, pretty
Yeah, I
wolves.
can't. Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought it would have like some brown fur, like like the woolly mammoth kind of, but I don't know what I
Well,
was thinking. But
I think they come in other colors, not just white.
I don't know. They said they did DNA checks on it. They said they were white.
That oh yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it came in more than one color. I guess I was
you would
wrong.
think it would. They would, like they're wolves,
Yeah,
But
but I don't know much about wolves, but yeah, I
well, this is
guess
supposed to be bigger. They're supposed to be like 25% bigger, full grown, and
yeah.
so
So they can kill better.
yeah, I guess they got bigger paws. They got, I don't know. They're built different
Yeah, I just
than a
don't
regular
get
wolf.
like how that would benefit the ecosystem.
I don't know. They say it's gonna kill like deer, and eventually they want to put it in the wild so it could like control the deer population and
Oh, okay, yeah,
shit like that. I guess
yeah.
bison,
Maybe they should put them like
horses too.
where they have all of those wild boar,
Yeah, for sure. Well, the
because
horses too. Horses are a problem in certain places.
oh yeah, really,
Yeah, they got wild horses out there, and
yeah. So I
supposedly
guess
they're a
yeah,
problem.
yeah. I mean, I mean they could just produce regular wolves, more regular wolves, but I guess yeah, maybe just as part of the experiment to see if it'll work and they can
Yeah,
bring back anything they want.
that's what they're saying. Like this is like the big takeaway from this is that they could bring back extinct species now. So this
Right,
is
right.
good
They
for a
want
lot
to
of other species alive today that are going extinct.
right. So this way they know it'll definitely work and yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm for it. Let me say hello to a couple people before too
Yeah,
many people jump in here. What's up, Nightmare? What's up, buddy? Hey, Crimson Clover, Vegas Pete, Backtown, uh, Eric.
great.
Which Eric is that?
Oh, this is just Eric.
Okay. Tommy Lucchese. Yeah, everything's good. Um, I guess big, small. Uh, Templar. Oh, not too many. It looked like more. David Lopez. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, we only got 24 right now.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
I guess other people are live. Yeah.
Tommy will be jumping on. I guess whenever he gets my message. But uh, yeah. So that now, I obviously I wouldn't expect you to play that guy's video, but like, can he strike you if you play it in the background just to hear what he's saying?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I usually just play people's audio and then
That's
we
what I
talk
mean.
about them. You know.
That's what I mean. Audio.
And yeah, I guess it would be okay. Yeah, I mean, we're not using his
Yeah, yeah.
content.
No,
We're
no, no, no. When I said play
yeah,
it in the background, I didn't mean on the screen. I just meant just
yeah,
play the video so we can hear the audio.
yeah.
Only because obviously I'm not gonna remember everything that the guy fucking said. I mean, there's just so much good shit to laugh about and to show how much of an idiot this guy is. How he's perpetrating a fraud. Um, I'm talking about Jeff Canasi.
Yeah.
Um, this guy, and you know what? He took a lot of shots at the cooperators. And he had the nerve to say, like, all you people who indulge these cooperators and give them a platform, you're just as bad as they are, right? And then he names his uh, two content creators that that are good. They're all right, like they do good work. And he mentions RJ, the guy who does the show with Scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Is it? The last time I checked, Scars is a cooperator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I I don't
But
know what.
he kisses the guy the ass, doesn't he? So
Yeah, obviously that's why it caught my attention because he does kiss the guy's ass and he'll lie to kiss their ass.
yeah.
Um, and he's got a lot of he's got a lot of shit to say about. Obviously, he's talking about us cooperators, me, Frankie, and whoever else. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what is he
So,
saying? I'm sick of you
well,
guys,
that's
you
why.
fucking
Yeah,
rats.
that's why I felt like maybe if we can play the audio at some point, maybe a little clips or
Yeah.
something. But yeah. So I mean, the guy, if he would just fucking be truthful and honest and not be biased and just do, put out some journalism content. He's got the good voice for it, and he speaks well. But I hate when I know people are just blatantly lying to the people who watch YouTube to enhance a false narrative. And I think it's disgusting when they do that. You know, trying to take advantage of people because you do sound like you know what you're talking about, and you sound, he sounds like like he's got integrity and he's trustworthy, but he's not. And I just didn't like a couple of the things he says, and basically he's calling all of us liars when he fucking continues to perpetrate these lies that we've already debunked. Like the bosses knowing that John Jr. Um, they gave him permission to do his 302. It's a total lie.
It's
There's a part,
stupid. I mean, come
yeah.
on.
He basically in this show he called if John Jr. is a rat for doing the 302, then that makes all the bosses who gave him permission to do it rats.
Fucking A.
Yeah, no, but he said that,
Yeah.
like so and then he says that Vinnie Bastiano is a rat then also because he was going to do the same thing John did, John Jr. So he basically called a guy who, took it on the chin and is doing a life bid and didn't cooperate, and he's got the balls to call the guy a rat.
Yeah.
You
They
know
sent
what
that
I'm
guy to
saying?
ADX, didn't they? Something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he's there.
Maximum. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore. I mean, eventually you can work your way out of there.
After like 10 years of hell in that fucking shithole.
Yeah, I actually um I actually was I watched one of Jeff Nadeau's shows today, which was actually a good show. It was he was interviewing some guy that was in prison for a long time, and um, he was at I think he said he was at ADX, one of those fucking really maximum security prisons. And this guy ran across a bunch of people on his travels. And what specifically caught me was he had according to him, like, Vinnie Bastiano has like a really really good reputation in prison. You know, and
Yeah.
then you got this fucking punk fucking calling him a rat, saying that he supported what John Jr. was gonna do. And I we me we were talking about it, me and Common, and we got a kick out of it, and we just wanted to basically call this guy out. He's no good misleading people like that.
Yeah.
And calling people rats, you know, that aren't rats. Even though I cooperated, I don't think it's right to call someone who didn't cooperate a rat. You
Yeah.
know, um, yeah, he he's basically still running with that same shit that we already spoke about. That I forgot the names of all the people. Probably Common will remember who supposedly Junior spoke to try to get their blessings. And
Messino, Bastiano. Who else was it?
yeah,
Somebody
and
else.
a couple of other guys too that told him, well, if you do it, you're gonna be seen as a rat. You
Yeah.
know,
Wait, so they
his
told him it was okay, but they said, okay, just understand, you're gonna be a
that's
rat.
yeah, that's basically what he's
The
saying.
fuck?
It's so ridiculous. And this guy says he's got the paperwork to back it up. I'd like to see that paperwork. I'm sure everybody on YouTube would like to see that paperwork. I, I
Show the
bet my
paperwork.
I bet my fucking life you ain't got no paperwork to support that bullshit that you're putting out, that John Jr. got permission from the fucking higher ups in organized crime. Total
Who would
bullshit.
have that paperwork?
Yeah, I mean,
Lawyers?
like,
I don't know.
so ridiculous. It's just a made up story.
Yeah, it's
Made
stupid.
up fucking story.
You're supposed to fucking die. You come to a guy, you're gonna say, especially a boss, you're gonna say, I'm thinking about doing this 302, man. I'm caving in, yeah. You say that to a boss, he's gonna kill you, right? He might tell you it's all right, but he's gonna kill you, right?
Yeah, and then the best part is this guy saying that John Jr. got permission from all of these guys. What about the fucking people that were running the Gambino family at the time? How come he didn't get permission from them?
Yeah.
Why is he getting permission from guys from other families?
There should have been a
And
major
and
sit down.
and the guys he mentions are dead, and Vinny's
That's
in jail for
convenient.
life,
Yeah.
huh?
That's convenient. Everybody's dead. And
Yeah.
Vinny, I don't know, he doesn't do no interviews, right? Obviously, right? He ain't gonna be talking on no phone, right?
No, no, I heard he's a stand up dude. He's
Yeah.
got a good reputation in prison as well. Not all the wise guys in prison have good reputations. Some of them are, according to this guy, they act like they think who the fuck they are
King
when
Tut. Yeah.
they weren't really that guy out in the street. But yeah, I thought it was a good. Well, he put Nadu put Vinny Baciano's photo in the avatar, the title.
Uh huh.
So I was curious to see, what it had to do with him. And then the guy that he had on turned out to be an interesting guy. I still don't know what he did to wind up in prison. I don't even think they mentioned it on the video. But yeah, he was basically just talking about how you live in these maximum like ADX and Florence and all
He was
those
a regular
places.
prison guy or like a wise guy?
No, he was, he did, like, I think he did 17, no, I mean 7 years in the hole. Well, in these what do they call them, Matt? These fucking max, like the
Super
prisons that
Max?
John Gotti and all of the terrorists, they do their time.
Yeah, ADX, Super Max, some shit like that.
Yeah, these super maxes. Yeah, right. Because there's more than one, I believe. I'm not
I
sure.
think
Don't
there's like
quote me on
two
that.
or something, right?
Yeah, I think Florence is one, right? Florence, ADX.
Arizona, right?
Um, no, Florence, Colorado. Or you're saying Arizona as well?
Yeah, I think there's one in Arizona and Colorado. Yeah, the fucking mountains up there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's one of them that I think it's is it Florence that there's a supermax there, but there's also lower level uh, prisons, in the same in this on the same grounds.
Yeah,
Like that's like, let's say somebody says, yeah, I did my prison bid in Florence, Colorado. That doesn't mean they were in the supermax.
there's different sections. Yeah,
Right,
they got different lunch times.
right. But yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting.
Oh, let me
Um,
let me just thank Butterfly Kisses real quick. She just became a member for the first time, I think, ever. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses. I appreciate that. You know how I feel about those memberships.
Good looking out, butterfly.
Yeah,
Kisses. Guardino Inc. What's up, buddy?
yeah. A few people showed up. Thank you, Gordino. Castellano. I see you. Steve, my man. Degusta. Shit. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Terry Hart.
I don't
Oh,
want to get into everything, but I mean, if you want to start that video, in the
all
background,
right.
and then I'll let you know when to stop, and then we'll go over it.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. Hold on.
While we're waiting
Yeah.
for comment. He talks a lot of shit. He talks about all the content creators and everything too. He tries to.
I'm the
There,
best there ever was.
there was a couple of things that I did agree with him on. I'll
Yeah.
I'll explain that when he says it.
Should I start from the beginning or fast forward or what?
I guess you can put it from the beginning. You know,
All right. Let me just fast forward his intro.
yeah, till he when he starts.
Fuck all of you guys. I'm number one. I guess that's all that's left, man, because, you do this shit for 10, 15 years. I mean, I used to listen to his show many years ago, and I used to laugh. It was hilarious, especially when he would
Yeah,
talk about people. It was funny. Oh, we got comment here. All right. My man.
and he's got the balls to fucking to you
What's up,
know to talk
fellas?
to talk about
What
what's
up?
up, Common, to talk about rats when he's a rat himself.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Canarsie?
Yeah,
Oh,
System of a Down
what?
syndrome.
What up, Smoke?
What up, bro?
Did you say system of Down syndrome?
That's what he looks like right now. He's got his shirt off. He's got a black
That's
tank top
hilarious.
on. He's got the
That's
tattoos with his
hilarious.
head shaved. He looks like he's a drummer. He's got the headphones on. He's a drummer in System of a Down syndrome.
That's fucking hilarious.
Come
You
on,
gotta
get
do it.
down with the sickness.
You
Huh?
gotta do a video of that. You gotta get a clip of that. Him drumming with that shit. System of Down. That's hilarious, bro.
hey,
That's a
hey,
good one.
Common, do you think it's a good idea if he plays the audio and then we stop him every so
And
often
comment on
to
it. Yeah.
to, to
Yeah,
comment
we
on
could.
it?
Yeah, as long as we comment on it, don't play the
Yeah, yeah.
video. The audio's fine. Yeah. You just gotta pause it every little bit and talk about whatever the hell's going on. I
Well, he's
just
not. He's not going to
huh?
put it up on the screen. He's just going
Nah.
to play the audio.
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah,
just saying pause the audio periodically. Talk over
yeah,
it.
yeah,
And we'll
Um.
even advertise. Subscribe to Podcast Warehouse with what?
Oh
With
yeah, give
who?
them a link in the description thing, the title or whatever. Check
yeah,
out
Yeah.
the full
yeah,
video on his
At
channel.
Podcast Warehouse.
Yeah. That's what
yeah.
it's called now.
I guess, yeah.
What the
Podcast
hell?
warehouse.
That's
Podcast Warehouse with Jeff Canasi or
There's
Jeff
DVDs
Bowman.
in that warehouse.
gotcha. Well, it was funny. I don't know. Well, I don't know how much you guys spoke about or whatever, but I just caught like a little bit of the end about the story Junior wanted with to get the permission of the guys in Messino and all them people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
fu-
yeah, yeah.
the funniest thing is I don't know if somebody can look this up real quick, right? But Junior, I believe, was in MDC when Bastiano was there in the summer of 2005, or yeah, 2005, if I remember correctly, right? Asking for permission to take the stand in his own trial and claim, he walked away or stepped away or whatever, right? The problem is that in January of 2005, Junior had already proffered. So
Yeah,
he probably should have got permission before he sat down with the feds to ask Vinnie Gorgeous 6 months later if it was okay if he sat down with him. He
yeah,
should have the paperwork on that, as he claimed, right?
yeah. So it's a blatant lie. And yeah,
Yeah, that's a lie.
I did mention that he says he's got the paperwork to back everything up. Up.
Yeah, well, he's full of shit because he can't back that paperwork up. Because if you remember correctly, the date on the FBI 302 was done in January of 2006, and Junior himself and his attorneys have already stated that he had done it a year previously, and that was just when it got transcribed in the notes. So the date on the proper is wrong. It's a year after he took it, which was January 2005.
Right.
So how'd you talk to Bastiano in the summer of '05 when you were at the MDC? Sorry, but that don't add up, man. He already sat down with them before that. 6 months, seven, eight
Yeah.
months previous.
You you know what bothers me the most
Oh,
about this guy, Common? I don't, obviously I don't know this guy. Um, I watch his channel every once in a while if it's if it's about something that I might be interested in, which is not very often.
yeah,
But this guy, he's got a lot of he talks about us cooperators with a lot of venom. Meanwhile, he's a fucking rat himself. Uh, and
yeah,
uh, and he's basically taking advantage because he does put on like he's got that good radio voice, and he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. And
yeah,
basically when he does this shit, he's just fucking bullshitting the people who watch his show and the people in the YouTube community. And I just think it's fucking disgusting to blatantly lie to people and try to put out a false narrative just because you want to kiss somebody's ass.
You're
yeah,
hooked.
yeah. It's definitely that's definitely true, and it's definitely got an agenda. I just don't like the fact that he has his comments turned off and he won't ever come on and talk about it with anybody. But
He's
he
always
tells
done that.
everybody. Well, I know, but at the same time, like, don't come online and call other channels out. Like, whether I even like the people that he's calling out or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's just one thing to sit there and call other people out, but you don't give them a chance to respond or say anything back to you because you won't drop the link, you won't, allow
Yeah,
comments. So what the fuck? So
I
he's just
did.
This ain't a
basically abusing.
democracy.
He's abusing his position on the channel to say nonsense, and he's not going to get questioned about it. They're just going to listen
Right.
to it if you don't know better, you know?
You're gonna have people running out there in the street saying, "Oh, he got permission from the bosses in the five families to do what he did. He's not a rat."
And
Well,
yeah, that's
Um,
it's not true.
maybe, let's say, is it possible, maybe, just maybe, that he went to Messino and said he was going to do what he was going to do? And then I guess Messino said, go ahead, kid. And in his mind, he thought, I'm going to rat anyway. I'm going to rat too. So,
No,
why would
no.
he
Well,
go to
here's the
Messina?
problem. Well, here's the problem. Junior did say he originally had went to Messino previously, but here's the problem for him. Must forget that Joe Messino was cooperating wearing a wire at the MDC with Vinnie Bastiano. That's how he caught him on the wire. He was in there for him with a couple of months in the end of the summer until later in that year. So how come Joe Messino wasn't called as a witness to testify on behalf of the government because he would have had to told them
yeah,
about the plan? Bastiano would have had to tell him about it. How come Messino, who cooperated, didn't tell him about Junior's plan? Why didn't he?
that's a
Why
good
didn't you
point.
call him? Why didn't you call the government's confidential cooperating witness, Joe Messino, to credibly talk about it? Then you know why?
It's
Because
bullshit.
the argument. Well, the argument is that the ruse that Junior wanted to come up with was a lie, saying that he didn't walk away from the life. He just wanted to use that so they would drop the RICO, saying he got shelved or he walked away, whatever. But don't forget the news story that he's been telling everybody is that his father shelved him before he died. So if he shelved him before he died, then Bastiano and Messino surely would have known he was shelved, and they wouldn't be in the MDC talking to him, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Right, right. And what?
So he's got more than one problem. It's not just dates and stories. You have complete other stories that this guy has said that you have to call into question because he can't be telling the truth about three things that all don't go together. They're complete opposites
Yeah, and why didn't he say that from the beginning?
because it's bullshit.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's lying. Yeah, and then what? He gave up. He tried putting it on five dead guys.
Yeah,
Basically, five dead people. Yeah, and he's basically calling them rats. Or he said two of them said he would be called a rat if he did that. I don't know, some shit like that.
yeah. We'll hear it. I already mentioned the part about what when he said that the content creators that that he likes, that he believes are stand up,
Oh,
that don't support the the rats, and he had mentioned RJ.
and Tom.
Yeah, yeah, and Tom, right?
Yeah, RJ and Tom. One who used to do podcasts and shows with a cooperator, and one who currently does. So it's funny how that works,
Shit.
right?
Yeah.
And I don't even know who was the other guy he was even talking about. I
I
never heard
don't
of that
know.
guy
I don't.
before.
I think it might be some content creator that goes on his panel and talks with him every once in a while. But I have no idea.
You know who this smoke or no?
No. No.
I never heard of the guy before.
What was the name that he said?
It was something with a J. I don't even know the name of it because I've never heard it. That was the first time I ever heard it before. I think it was something with a J, but it was like weird,
Well,
like
yeah,
Jordy or something. I don't
he'll
know, something
say it.
like that.
He'll say it. He'll say it.
Yeah.
What's up, Danny Green? Good looking out.
What's up, cuz? Look,
He,
Rob Jean too. Who the hell is this guy?
What's up, Rob?
I gotta see the
no,
the
I don't know
avatar.
if that's really him.
No, that's not Rob
Oh,
Jean.
No,
oh, it's not. Oh,
but
No.
but good looking anyway. He
yeah.
donated $5.
Hey, thanks for the donation.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing I was gonna say is that I
Jesus
don't.
Christ.
What?
He's got fucking Rob Jean's head on like a bodybuilder torso.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
What the hell?
Oh man. Anyway, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, 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 it's all good.
Thank you,
No,
Rob Jean.
I was just gonna say is that the thing I don't understand about this guy is it's like, are you trying to be a journalist and a mob historian? Or are you trying to be a fucking rat hunter? Another one that has fucking paperwork on them, calling everybody else rats, telling them they believe in the code and, and to eat your fucking whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
the same guy, when he thought he was going to have a problem with a light, he was reaching out to people to help him get in touch with the feds.
Unbelievable, right?
Yeah,
I
Wow.
mean, this shit is ridiculous, man. I just don't
Yeah.
understand. I just don't understand people, bro. I don't get it.
They
It's
gotta
like they
come up
come
with shit
online
now.
and yeah, well, they can
Yeah.
come online and they can be whatever the fuck they want to be. You know what I mean? Until
Yeah.
they get caught, they get called out, and then people are still dependent if they like them or not, which is act like it's not true. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
He got caught committing a burglary, and he fucking and he cooperated, and he's got the balls to talk about cooperators.
I mean, didn't the paperwork that Rosa put up say that he had been in contact with them several times and was like calling them even like unsolicited to give them information? Like he would just call them up randomly and try to meet up with them to tell them some shit. Like that's even
What?
fucking worse.
What? The feds?
No, the cops
Oh, the
and the
cops.
cat,
Oh,
the paper Casperosa has from when he did that cat burglary through the
oh,
doggy
right,
door.
right. He'd call him
Through
up and
the
be like,
doggy.
"Hey, I forgot something."
Yeah, it'd be fucking 1:30 in the morning. He'd be like, hey, I want to meet up at the fucking Dunkin' Donuts. I forgot to tell you something.
Yeah,
The fucking neighbor's dog stole the fucking leash from the other house over here.
yeah.
You
He
gotta
got
get him.
caught. Didn't he get caught fucking trying to climb through a doggy door?
Yeah, he got stuck in the doggy door, I think.
Yeah,
Help me.
Well, no, I think they actually got it, but I'm just joking about that part. But yeah, there was something about a doggy door and DVDs or something.
Yeah, DVDs.
oh, he
I
was
Truckload.
forget.
robbing DVDs.
A lot of boxes of DVDs.
Yeah, at 20 years old, 19, 20 years old, whatever age you
That's
was.
probably when DVDs were brand new, like 97,
Well,
98.
the shit that I thought was funny was that he was calling out Nadu about telling him he has to be careful where he goes in public because he's because of the stuff he says and does on his shows that people aren't happy. Somebody's gonna make a phone call one day. Did you hear that part?
Let's hear
Uh,
it.
say that again.
When he was talking about how he was throwing shots at Nadu, saying that because of the stuff Nadu talks about and how he acts on his show, that he's gonna have a problem going out one day in public and shit.
Oh, right,
Is
right,
that a
right.
threat?
Yeah. Well. I just found it funny because I mean, why doesn't this dude go down and do a cheesesteak review at Joey's then? I mean,
Hey,
Hey
he's a tough.
guys,
Talks like a tough guy and shit. Why
what are you
don't you
doing
go
here,
down and get
oh,
a
motherfucker?
cheesesteak? Do a
he's
review,
got
bro.
he's got plenty to say about Joey Molino in this show too. And,
Oh, nice.
yeah, another thing he says wise guys, they don't mind if you tell the truth, but they don't like when you lie. Not the wise guys I know. I told the truth and they want to kill me.
Shit.
Fucking Howie. Oh shit.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't understand some of these people on here. It's crazy, bro. It's like if you want to be a journalist, be a journalist. If you want to be whatever the fuck he's trying to be, just be that thing.
yeah, come
I
on,
don't I don't think he knows what he wants to do.
let's play it. We'll have some laughs.
Okay, hold on.
Shit, I gotta get a drink, man. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Uh,
Oh, that's my iced tea and stuff. Hold on.
sounds like shit. Hold on. Hold on. Why does it sound like shit?
you gotta put it closer, maybe, to the mic.
No, it sounds like it's like I don't know, muffled. I think the speaker might be fucked. Oh shit. Well, I don't know. His competition is Nadu, That's
Yeah,
his arch
usually
enemy. Huh?
it's usually the people that say they don't give a fuck about clicks is the ones that don't get any.
That's why you're saying that, yeah.
Yeah.
My views are in the shitter, but I won't complain. I
Well, I
complain to
heard him.
who'd listen.
I heard him on there. He made a comment along the lines of something like he's been doing this longer than everyone. He's better than everyone. He has more paperwork or information than everyone. Well, then how come he doesn't have more subs and more fucking views than everyone then?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be telling people you've been doing this for 10 plus years and got less views than people doing it for three. That's
He
not
s-
probably a good idea.
he says he was the first one. He started this.
Yeah, I
Technically, he
wouldn't. I
was.
would. I wouldn't brag about that though.
Yeah.
The OGs don't get no respect no more, man.
You think he started this? He was the first one who started doing mob genre shows?
On YouTube, I don't know. I don't know what Capishi was doing or fucking Rob Slewin or Slewin,
Rob
whatever.
who? Oh,
Slewin Rob,
Curtis.
whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
I
dead.
think
That guy's like 100.
I think he's probably referring to the content creators that we all know. I doubt
Sure,
he
on
was the
on YouTube or something.
Yeah, I doubt he was the first one to start
I
doing
remember him. I
stuff
don't know
about the
how.
mob.
It might have been 2017. I don't know. Maybe even before that. I don't know. I used to listen to him. He would complain about trolls, and I think he was beefing with A Light or something. I don't know. He would always complain about somebody, but never say their name.
Well, the whole
Yeah,
thing, my whole thing is this: like, you hate rats so much, you've been against rats your whole life. This is your family's philosophy and your life philosophy. Then what the fuck were you doing hanging out with A Light in the first place? Then you had to know who the fucking guy was.
That's a stain he'll never remove.
oh
He
yeah,
stuck with that rat shit.
he was attacking the Gotti family when he was friends with A. Like,
He had A-Light's back and was going after them. But if you hated rats your whole life and this is, something that's entrenched in you and your family, then why were you hanging out with him in the first place? That's all I want to know. So obviously you didn't hate rats. You're fucking hanging out
He's
with one, living
full
with
of shit. The guy was attacking the
one.
Gottis when he was friends with A Light. Then, soon as he fell out with A Light, he was fucking attacking A Light and kissing the
of,
Gotti's
of,
ass.
of course, of course.
Motherfucker.
That's just the truth.
That's
Because I sit in the back and I hear people chirp and I hear people talk, and personally, I really don't give a shit what you think your accolades are. When you write a book and you win an award for a podcast, you let me know. Until then, you're
What
all
a
fucking
what
around.
award? He won a Raspberry Award. What are you in?
you wrote a book?
Yeah, you don't remember the book he came out with like a few months back?
No.
The Mob
What's
and
it
the
called?
Mic, the Mob and the Mic, or the microphone, the Mob, something. I don't know.
It was a New York Times bestseller,
I guess according to
huh?
him,
I didn't
but
even know you wrote one, but all right.
he got a Saturn Award.
You're all irrelevant. You can't sit there and brag, say you got the hottest shit on earth when you have like 1,000 subs. Okay, that's just the facts. But
Hey,
let me get to my point. Over the years, and I've talked about this subject a million different times, but it seems like people just don't listen.
when?
Number one, there are some distortions that the media and that these YouTube cunt motherfuckers keep telling
Oh,
you, which is a huge lie.
Well, you're
John
gonna get your
Gotti
channel hit
did
for that.
not bury the
he
mob.
used the C word.
Sammy
If
Gravano did.
if you
Just
stop
as
it
long
right
as you
there,
Uh huh.
I I agree that John Gotti didn't bury the mob. I believe, it was Rico that buried the mob and all the cooperators.
Of course.
But I do believe John.
He didn't help though.
No, he didn't do himself no
No,
fucking favors, being flashy
right,
and
no, but
not trying to be
I do
discreet.
believe he hurt his own family by making them expose themselves to the feds
Of
every
course, yeah.
Wednesday at the Ravenite.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
he
was a lot
never
of
he
things he
never
didn't need to do, man.
Yeah,
yeah, he never shied away from well, I don't
but
know at one point I don't know if he had a choice to be honest. It
And
kind
the
of
walking talks
he
too. He
had
didn't want to
that
do walking talks no more.
yeah, he had that image, you know what I mean? So it kind of get drawn to him, but to just single handedly blame him, man, that's
No, that
ridiculous.
Sorelli tape
no,
is
I
what really
don't.
did him in.
There's five families. He didn't destroy the mob.
The
As a
Rico
Well,
Law
whole.
did. The
no,
Rico
let's
Law
not
Yeah,
did.
forget. Let's
Rico.
not forget the Sorelli tapes. He was in that fucking apartment. He should have been out there
Yeah,
walking and talking. He didn't want to do it no more.
yeah,
He
but
wanted to
he
sit in
did.
that fucking apartment.
Yeah, but he destroyed himself and his own family.
And he's bringing up murders and shit that he shouldn't even be talking about. You kill somebody, you forget about it, right? Why is he even talking about it? You know?
Yeah,
Because
I just don't.
he was venting, realizing he got duped by Sammy. He was gonna kill him. It sounded like on the tapes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't feel like that's destroying the mob. That's destroying himself and his family.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if Sammy keeps his mouth shut, the only people that got hurt by them tapes are him, Sammy, and Frankie Loke. That's it.
Right.
He was the head of the
Not
mob, though.
everybody
Like, he
else.
was,
Yeah, but
he was the face of it.
Sammy put fucking 70 fucking guys across all five families in New Jersey and Philly fucking away.
Yeah.
Gotti didn't do anything to any of them other families. What did he do to them?
Rico got them all.
Yeah, Rico got all and cooperators, like you said. Sam.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I will agree with him on that he said on the show was the shit about Sammy and the Gotti thing. I do agree about that part. But then he
Oh
gets
yeah,
crazy with some other shit.
yeah. I know. I do agree. Sammy played a role too, in destroying the mob during that time. Like that specific time. As
Oh yeah,
far as
there's
like,
plenty of others before that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, probably the first cooperator was Joe Valachi. That was he probably hurt the mob the most
Yeah.
during that period.
He started
Well,
all
yeah,
that
because
shit.
he officially outed them where they couldn't deny what was
Yeah.
going on at
Well,
that
those
point.
Right.
guys
Back.
didn't know shit. They didn't know
Yeah.
nothing before him.
He
Back
gave him everything.
back then, the mob, quote unquote, didn't exist. He basically showed the world that they do exist.
It was a second
And
government back then.
Yeah.
another thing that's interesting that would never fucking happen now, but people would have to wonder. I think I even heard somebody speaking about this before a while back. I just don't remember who, but when Valachi cooperated with the government back then with the Genovese case and all that other stuff and gave him the ins and the outs of Cosa Nostra, he got fucking life in prison. He didn't get let out. They built him his own suite down in the prison in Texas called the
Yeah.
Valachi Suite,
It was real
where
nice,
they
too.
housed
Yeah.
him for his protection. Yeah,
He went
and he
tanning
just
on the
lived
roof.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he lived comfortable, but he got life in prison. He didn't get this deal like Sammy got for 5 years, or
Yeah,
any
Yeah,
Valachi
like
got fucked, man.
Philly and
yeah.
Eddie gets a couple of years when he took
He,
took
he
down the
just didn't.
Philly.
He he just didn't get the chair. I remember his famous words. What I'm telling you today is my doom.
Yeah, this
This
is
is
my
my
dough.
doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Senator, this is my dough.
Well, he wound up killing a whole bunch of people while he was in there. Thought that they were trying to kill him,
Well,
basically.
Genovese
That's what
said, he was paranoid about Genovese trying to kill him, which he was, I guess.
he gave him the kiss of death in the cell that day.
He killed the wrong guy.
Yeah, that's what kind of really did him in after that.
Yeah,
You know.
which
But
is fucked
anyways,
up. Yeah,
yeah, it's for yeah for sure. But that's
that's
what
the
it is. Back
life.
then
Yeah,
they were gonna do it. Back then they're gonna
yeah.
get away with it too.
Yeah, it was
I,
a
You know,
whole. It was a whole
it's a whole
process.
different world, man.
Chipping away at the wall, protecting the mob. You know, with the cooperators like Joe Valachi, and then with the RICO law and making it just basically, anyone can just say you did this and that's it. You're part of the conspiracy. Um, but yeah, go ahead.
That's what they're doing. The
yeah.
gang. That's what they're doing. All the gangs right now, out in like LA and Georgia and shit, hitting them all with
Yeah,
Ricos.
yeah. That's
Rico
the
boy.
federal system isn't what it used to be anymore. It's some people say it's worse than the state.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, when you get hit with the feds, you're going to prison for sure. you know.
At least with the state, you can get conjugal visits and packages. The feds
But
you
you
can't.
also have a chance. You also have a chance too at a trial or getting a deal and shit with the state. A lot
Right.
of times they fuck shit up. You know.
They have to be able to corroborate evidence. In the feds, they don't.
Yeah.
And they already get grand jury. You're already basically convicted before you even go to court. Once they get a grand jury, you know.
Yep.
So,
Thank you, Root. Good to see you, brother.
yeah, if you
Uh,
want to cue it up, smoke.
yeah. No, I was just thinking for a second, kind of off
What's
topic,
that?
but we were talking about Genovese before. Yeah, I could say he's the one mobster I really just don't like, man. He's like
Who?
number one,
Who?
Oh,
Genovese.
he was a scumbag.
I
Yeah.
just don't like Genovese. I
He
don't know.
was.
I never.
Who remind. Who I feel like were like kind of similar. Galante and Genovese.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were both
I could
murderous
see that.
heroin traffickers.
Arrogant. Yeah,
Yeah.
Just
I could see that.
maniac drug dealers,
Causing
pretty
trouble
much.
too. Yeah,
Oh yeah, causing lots of trouble. Especially
yeah,
Galante. He was a fucking animal.
yeah.
And they both did most of their life in prison.
Well, I
But
think.
Genovese was cunning. You know the shit he did like
Yeah,
during the war and everything that he pulled off out there to come back here. That's pretty fucking crazy.
yeah. How he pulled that off is amazing. I don't know.
How he lived is amazing because that's what cooperation with the government and a rat would be deemed here in America. They should have killed him for that.
They were all doing that though. Even Lucky was working with the government though.
Yeah. People
But
don't realize
that's
how.
what I'm saying. Think about it.
Yeah. The
Think
the
about what
mob
Lucky Luciano did.
the mob was fucking heavily into narcotics during the Al Capone days.
Yeah,
And, like
that shit was everywhere.
I
The
believe
H,
Legs Diamond. He was a fucking big. He would go
Bootlegger.
to different. No, he was a big
that was
drug trafficker. He used to go to the different countries and set up the deal.
Who'd you say?
Legs Diamond.
Legs Diamond.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Jewish guy that did the prohibition.
I
I
forgot who
forget his
Legs
name though.
killed.
No, they were when Prohibition was around. Yeah, of course, but they were also Arnold Rothstein. All of those guys, they were all fucking big into the fucking drug business.
Didn't Legs kill Arnold Rothstein? I think. I don't know.
I don't know. No, there's another guy they suspected of that, but I forgot. I don't remember his name. But yeah, all these mobsters during that time, they were all fucking setting up, making arrangements to smuggle in heroin and mostly heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty much every big boss in all them families was charged or convicted of it at least once in their life. Pretty much
Thank you,
every one of them.
Gordino. Yeah.
You know.
It's supposed to be
yeah,
against the rules, boy.
Well, a lot of the time it's right. They got the charge before they got made.
Yeah.
When they were younger. I mean, a few guys obviously didn't like Galante and them, but
I appreciate you, Gordino. Thank you. All right, let's see what this guy has to say. I'm the best ever. I was
Well, I told you,
first.
this is the inept people say, "Oh, John Gotti ruined the whole entire mob." How? How did he ruin the whole entire mob?
How? His big fucking mouth. That's how. Listen, I know Sammy was, an asshole, but he was just the icing on the cake. They had those fucking tapes. That was it. He was cooked. They got him, and they took away his lawyer. He was done. Sammy coming over was just, a sure thing. A fucking slam dunk.
I don't even think they needed him to get Gotti. Really, they
If he
had him
wasn't
on
on those
tape of
fucking
getting him murdered.
tapes
Yeah,
talking about all that shit, he should have
Yeah,
been more careful, man. He knew the feds were up his ass everywhere he went.
yeah. Sammy hurt so many other people as well.
yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Like even if he didn't flip, John would have got convicted based on those tapes. But by Sammy cooperating, a lot of other guys were affected by that.
My dude. Thank you, Root. That's beautiful. My
Good look,
dude.
good looking Root.
Thank you for supporting the channel, brother.
My dude.
My dude.
How and why on earth? Everybody keeps barking the same bullshit every other day.
It's not all his fault. Look, Rico had a big part to do with it.
Right.
Main thing to do with it. Took about 10 years for them to implement it, but once they implemented that motherfucker, that was it.
You know how hard it was to fucking convict somebody for murder before Rico?
Yeah. And even then, they got
Impossible,
6 years
impossible.
back then for fucking murder. 8 years coming home after like 4 year bids. You know,
Yeah.
fucking laws were crazy back then.
Well, that's why it's bullshit when they talk about how the whole bosses all died in bed. Well, the whole bosses didn't have to face Ricos. They would all
Yeah,
died in prison too.
exactly.
You better believe it. You know?
Yeah, Carlo Gambino would have been fucked if he was like a little bit younger, made
Yeah,
it to the
all of them.
80s.
Yeah, because look what happened to Castellano. That would have been Carlo. It was only a couple years later.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Castellano.
that?
Maybe he got out the easy way because he would have been doing 100 years like the rest.
Yeah, every one of them got convicted. Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's
For
what we
sure.
do. Did John talk too much? He did. Okay. I don't think I've always said that. That's not going to sound strange to anybody. Did he not isolate himself enough? Right. He didn't. Okay. Nobody's ever going to sway me from saying that because that's the truth. Everybody knows that. But John was John.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
He
that's
was
okay.
a fucking gangster, and so the fuck what?
So he's got to have fucking 30 guys, 40 guys showing up at the social club every fucking Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Anyway.
I know used to tell me he was a high-ranking active guy. Used to tell me all the time, I know who I am, they know who I am, let them fucking prove it. And John was wired very much the same way. And what happens is these...
But see, that's why people love John Gotti because he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but the other guys in his crew didn't want everyone to know who they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
Two lowlifes, and you know who you are. Like Nadu and ill-informed space alien, who I'm not going to name.
Who's the space
They don't
alien?
understand the
Wait, what? Hold on.
Who? Space
dude-
alien. Who the fuck is that?
The dude's the low life, and who's the space alien?
You know who you are. Like Nadu and the ill-informed space alien, who I'm not going to name.
I think he's talking about
They don't
fucking
understand
Lee's Diet Pap's old partner, that guy there.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Proctor.
yeah, that's right. He is. Yep.
Okay, that makes sense now. Oh fuck you, Lee. Why fuck me, dude?
They don't understand the streets, the politics, or any of that. They just don't understand it. That's not something.
Oh, Bernstein.
teach
He
by
may have
reading
been
or-
talking about.
Wait, he could be an alien.
Maybe
don't know.
Maybe it was Bernstein because Proctor's, he's friendly with the Gottis as well. So
Yeah, he said ill-informed, and I guess Bernstein is pretty ill-informed, right?
yeah. Now that Danny Green
Oh.
mentioned it, I believe it was Bernstein he was talking about.
Yeah, I think it's Bernstein for sure. You're
You
right
know-
about that, Proctor. Yeah, Proctor's friends with him.
See,
He's on the payroll. They'll get. I'll be in the title tomorrow.
we basically profiled Proctor just now, like, because he looked like an alien.
And
Well,
that's
he does
what
look
hurts,
like an alien, to be fair.
and that's what hurts Proctor. He's still, he's biased towards the Gottis and he pushes false narratives. Other than that, he does a decent show, but he's putting out bad information.
Well, without the Gottis, what connects does he have? He ain't gonna bite the hand that feeds him, boy. You
Yeah,
know,
but how are they feeding him?
they give him information like, dude, some guy for the Gabitos
What,
called, so
false
and so.
information?
Who knows, whatever shit he comes up with on his YouTube shorts. Oh, high-ranking Gambino soldier had coffee this morning at a local deli. Fucking, I
Listen,
don't know.
they're only gonna tell Proctor what they want the people to know. They're gonna push their narrative.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this dope said that if Gene Gotti gets caught out with any felons, he's gonna get sent back to prison for life.
Who's getting sent back to prison for life?
Yeah, because he still believes that Gene Gotti was on lifetime parole.
Yeah, he's the most informed, got the most information. Nobody's got all the shit he has, but he said that Gene will go back to prison for life if he gets caught with convicted felons. But he was just at a funeral with about 100 of them.
Yeah,
So how come
yeah,
he's at home drinking this fucking coffee this morning? Then?
yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's just such a blatant liar. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Smoke.
Wasn't he under the old laws too?
Yes.
So
Yeah, he did his whole. He basically maxed out.
Listen, I'll admit,
hold
I
it,
didn't
Toledo.
know. I would have thought that Gene would have been on lifetime parole as well. I wasn't sure what he was on. I didn't know if it was supervised release, parole, or nothing. But
Yeah, we did a whole show on it. Yeah, we said
yeah,
that because the
as
angel
it,
said it.
as more information came out, he wasn't on any type of anything. He was free to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, we only thought that he was on lifetime parole because the angel said he was. That's the
That
only reason
too.
I
Yeah,
thought it.
exactly.
I would I would figure
we
his niece would know.
we thought
You know,
we thought she was telling the truth for once.
can't even tell the truth about that.
Yeah.
This motherfucker said I look like Bernstein, motherfucker.
Who said that?
Danny Green breaking my balls. I don't got
Oh,
butthole
okay.
lips, boy. And I ain't ill advised.
Yeah.
What up, Soretti? Good to see you, Chunky Chunko.
What's up, Soretti?
I haven't seen Chunky Chunko in months, man. Good to see
Chunky
you, brother.
Chunko.
Hope you're doing all right.
Chunky. When's that
Soretti
show
boy.
coming out, Chunky? I think he's working on his final.
Fucking Bluetooth boy.
Working on that last part of Godfather 3.
Godfather 3. Better have
Yeah,
some
remember
special
he was
effects,
doing that.
too. Huh?
Yeah, remember he was doing that
Yeah.
third. Wasn't he doing like a 3 series thing or something?
The series
The
finale?
last
Yeah.
part was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It better not be the Godfather 3, bro.
The
The
fuck
big
is going
crowd.
on with this? My
What
speaker's
happened?
bugging out. No, my speaker's bugging out, man. I think it's time for a new one. This thing is fucked.
Here
I
we
had
go.
it for about 5 years.
Fucking speakers, man. All right, we need
Hold
some donations for Gunsmoke
on.
speakers.
Yeah, let's get some Bluetooth speaker.
We need some Bluetooth speaker
Shit.
money.
Learned by reading
Oh,
the
shit.
book. You got to be around people to understand it.
Motherfucker.
Sorry.
But yet they'll flock all over the prick of that skinny cokehead motherfucker rat fuck
Oh.
from Philadelphia.
Skinny
Yeah,
coke.
you heard me. I called him a rat fuck.
Oh.
Ooh.
He's talking
I
about
heard
Skinny
that.
Joey?
Yeah, he called Skinny Joey a skinny cokehead rat fuck.
Wow. I knew he had a
Wow.
big nose for a reason.
Man,
Fuck.
shot fired.
Not gonna lie, but Joey does look like that type of, at least back in the 90s, And I thought about this. You know the way he talks? Do you think he was talking like that back then when he was ordering hits? Like, we'll get this motherfucker. No, this motherfucker. Get him. He's always going to make the fries now, motherfucker.
Of course he was. He was
Wow.
fucking.
That's ruthless, bro. That's some ruthless shit.
What's up, Chad D?
We get this motherfucker.
Yeah, we're
Joey
going to get
Fred?
revenge on this motherfucker. We're going to catch a motherfucking Schuylkill Highway, motherfucker.
Motherfucking
cock in
fucking
his
lady
ass.
came over there with a fucking power washer. I fucking hit the ground, motherfucker. But they were taking shots. Did you hear that story? That shit was pretty funny.
Yeah, and I saw somebody make a comment about A-Light sitting at the foot of his bed naked. That was a fucking story that this same guy we're talking about right now put out when he was enemies with A-Light.
Oh, he put out the story, so it was like a Me Too movement type of deal. Like
Yeah,
he
he's the
diddled
one.
me.
He's the one who fucking made up the whole story.
Oh,
I bet you he fucking wished that happened.
that's sick.
Like, how do you come
Probably.
up?
Yeah,
Like, if
why
I was
would you
gonna
even
come up
say
with a
such a thing?
story, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I was gonna come up with a story to like get back at somebody, I'm not gonna say they tried to fuck me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck
Yeah,
is that, bro? You
yeah,
fucking homo.
maybe he was projecting. Maybe he used to spy on A-Light while he was showering.
close the
Jesus,
fucking
man.
door. What are you doing in here?
I got you a cookie puss, John. Motherfucker.
Leave it on the kitchen table. Get
I
out of
just
here.
don't understand.
Huh?
This guy, like a year ago, Joey Merlino was his personal fucking hero, bro.
The winds of change.
He called him a nobody one time, and this guy went nuts.
I called him worse than that. I remember he called him the J word, and some other shit, and made fun of his looks. Like, look at this
Uh,
motherfucker. Look at that face, motherfucker. Look at it. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Joey. Look, all that bullshit.
Wait, what's Casperosa saying? Anybody want to see statements from years ago when a certain someone said the whole narrative about Joe and Vinnie, and them approving the 302 meeting was
Ludicrous.
ludicrous.
yeah, and not only that, I don't know how much you heard, Castros, but I talked about the timeline not adding up either. He was with Vinnie Bastiano in the MDC in the summer of '05. He did the proffer in
Shit.
January of '05. So how the fuck was he
That was a
asking to
good
get
summer.
permission before that? I want to know that.
Summer '05. That was a good summer, man.
Yeah, Jeff Canassi.
I hope we got the paperwork on that shit.
What's up, Batch Elder Street?
I just don't understand what's it. I don't get like he's still kissing this dude's ass for some reason. It's fucking weird to me.
Come on, let's hear some more of this fucking nonsense.
Skinny rat, motherfucker. That's right. I called him a rat.
Motherfucker's a rat. He's a fucking rat.
This guy wants to
That's why
die,
I
huh?
a bunch of
But
shit,
look,
but I'm
man.
gonna explain my purpose for saying it.
Would he be saying this if it was 1992 or
No.
93?
Any boss, active, who does a podcast is a fucking rat. Any active motherfucker on YouTube is a fucking rat.
He never said he
He's
was.
right.
Though.
He's right about that.
Yeah. No, of course he would be. But he's not an active member, right? He's supposedly retired, but he never admits that he was the boss. It's
No,
like some
he's
tongue in cheek shit.
he's supposedly shelved. And he got shelved for going on YouTube.
So he was active up until that point.
Yeah.
Wow. Sick fuck, huh?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I'm gonna do what I want to do, motherfucker. We'll open up cheesesteaks too, motherfucker. I'm opening up a new restaurant. I don't want to see none of you guys there, motherfucker. All right.
That's how the streets see that.
No shit.
You could say, oh, it's just your opinion because you don't like the guy and this and that and the third. No, this is what the streets say.
Fat bold Italian boy.
In terms of what opinion matters, mine doesn't fucking matter. What the streets say is what the truth, gospel truth is of the facts. And everybody here in New York called him a fucking rat. Guys in Philadelphia called him a fucking rat for doing that. That's the
What are you
streets.
talking about? Good.
That's what they say.
I think he's
Yeah,
talking
he's right. Hey, when you guys talk over it's low to begin with. When you talk during it, you
Yeah.
can't hear it.
You can't hear it? No?
Yeah, see if you can make the volume a little louder.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was too loud. All right. I'll let my cigarette home. He was not in jail with him in the MDC until December 2008. Yeah.
So he's lying.
It's when we elected Obama.
And as a result, gets thrown the fuck out of the mob because his ego was bigger than his fucking intelligence. But yet, you motherfuckers sit here and you chastise John Gotti, or you chastise John Gotti Jr., whatever the case may be. So what?
John Gotti would have never survived as boss in this era. Too much fucking cameras and audio and, too much technology.
Wait, see what Casperos is saying right there, Smoke. You see that comment that he made?
Yeah.
It says incorrect. No, he was in jail with him in the MDC until 2008. That's not what I said, Chris. I said that according according to the information that he gave, he claimed that in the summer of 2005, he had a conversation with Vincent Bastiano in MDC in Manhattan. And according to Sakali, that is when the conversation occurred. My point is that he proffered in January of 2005. So why is he trying to talk to Bastiano 7, 8 months later when he already sat down with the feds to get permission to talk to them?
Right.
That's my point.
So even worse, it was 2008.
No, he said he was in there from 05 to 08. He's saying.
What's
I
up,
think.
Joey?
But I
What?
heard him say before that as soon as the feds found out that he was able to converse with Bastiano, they removed him from that unit or place immediately. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. And then, like
Gunsmoke.
I said,
Yeah.
Wait, go ahead, let comment finish.
Good to see you, Chad.
No, and then like I said, Messino cooperated with the government. So how come he didn't call Messino as a witness for himself then? Why didn't the government call him then to refute his claims then? So obviously the story don't make any sense.
Yeah.
You got to be
Yeah.
lying.
Whatever you did, Gunsmoke, it sounded a little bit better. If you can do a little bit more, it'd be perfect.
More louder, even
Yeah.
louder. Holy
Yeah.
shit!
Yeah,
All right.
because it's not coming over that loud.
Okay. Fuck.
Ain't got a fucking thing to say about the other one. So
That's
you guys
good.
throw this shit on John Gotti, who's a horrible mob boss. You had a fucking active mob boss on fucking YouTube. You got no problem with that? That's a bigger rat move than anything John Gotti Sr. could have ever done. Are you kidding me? Because you guys apply this belief in your stupid fucking weirdo friendship moralistic viewpoint to whoever you like at the moment. And you won't
It went
call it
lower.
down the middle. You won't call it in a straight line. No,
There
I'm
you
mad
go,
at this
perfect.
one, so I'm going to say something negative today. You chastised John Gotti for getting caught talking on a wiretap when everybody and their mother in the 1980s was caught on a wiretap. And you say,
No. They didn't catch Sammy on the wiretaps back then. I don't know about
True.
that. Not back then.
True.
Well, Sammy was on the wire at the apartment though. So he did
Okay,
get caught on tape.
but he wasn't the main.
Yeah,
Whatever.
but he was only there because John was there.
Yeah,
No, I know. I'm just saying to be fair. I mean, he was caught on tape.
that was John's heat. Yeah, he caught some of his heat. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
motherfucker. Thank you, Joe Root. That's beautiful. Thank you.
but you had an active mob boss on fucking YouTube. Where's the mentality? Where's the intelligence for that? Because a lot of you like to play this shit like you straight hood or you straight gangster, you straight this, you hard, and all of this stupid shit you people say. But the reality is, if you was from the streets and you believed in that shit, a motherfucker being at the head of anything, being on YouTube, you'd have been like, nope, fuck that. That's my point. You guys are very selective about when you want to use your morals and when you want to act street about shit. That's just
Go say that to Loose Cannon and Brick Baby and Big U, motherfucker. Whack 100 on Pie Root.
the fucking truth. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. And you ain't even got to be like that. Because if you're just reporting, you don't have to be hard. You don't got to be this. You don't got to be that. But you guys all have these serious identity issues. Who you are as a man.
Wow.
It blows my fucking mind.
He's Dr. Phil now. Wow.
The only one who didn't go down that road. All y'all did, you guys went after the rats, kissed them, hugged them, brought them on your shows without a problem. You chastised one, calling him a rat, when the reality is, your little fanboy people that you like are the ones that really are the fucking rats or looked at that way in the streets. So you pick and choose what's going to bother you. And that's just the truth, whether you like it or not. I've always called it what it is. But you guys...
Okay, well, where did I get him? Because a show like, what's his name? OC Shorts, he has no problem talking to somebody who cooperated, right? And look at his views and his content.
A real journalist will speak to anyone.
Like, what code is he living by? He's got the Cosa Nostra tattooed on him. I mean...
Yeah. Now, all of a sudden, he's this fucking important guy that never, doesn't speak to rats.
How does that work, though? You want to talk about the mob, but you don't... I don't know.
It makes them feel important. Makes them feel like people look at them like, they stick to the mob code,
While he's doing a show about the mob, though.
Yeah,
It's not even supposed to exist, and he's on here talking about it, the history and the whole breaking down everything.
yeah. As soon as somebody put some pressure on him, he went running to the fucking to someone to help him get in touch with the feds.
Shit. Tell him to go steal more DVDs.
Yeah.
That's funny. He doesn't have any identity issues. I don't know, Seretti. I don't know. Still like baby.
No, he's being sarcastic, like he doesn't
Yeah,
have
this
any.
guy. This guy went from being a fucking a Pittsburgh Penguins sports fucking commentator to a fucking half a gangster wise guy on fucking YouTube. It's unbelievable. An
Yeah,
Elvis impersonator. He was doing
yeah,
Elvis, remember?
Yeah,
yeah.
that
And
was
he and
great.
he, and he, and he purposely wore a tank top to show off his tattoos.
He was badass.
You
Gotta be
ever
a
seen them
badass motherfucker.
videos?
Huh?
You ever seen them videos of like college like fraternity parties and shit when people get when they like wake up because they got blacked out wasted, they wake up with like dicks and shit drawn on their face.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
the
what happens
eyebrow
when it looks
shaved
like
off.
yeah, his tattoo look like he got fucking white boy waste and somebody drew all over him. Flicked
What
him
went
off.
on up there?
He's got
Papa's in
John Gotti's
mid-sex.
signature. He's got John Gotti's signature on his butt cheek or something like that. I heard,
I know, Soretti.
or his thigh or something like that. Somebody was telling me that. I don't know who. That's fucking weird if that's true. I hope that ain't true. That's a
Thank you,
little
David
fucking.
Lopez.
I mean,
Anybody
wouldn't that be fan? Wouldn't that be like fanboy material though?
Shit.
Or no?
He's a fanboy. Oh my god, he's a Gotti fanboy.
John
What'd
Gotti
you
for
say?
some
What'd you
nonsense.
say, House?
No, no. I was just gonna say, like,
Huh?
people, they like if we didn't directly fucking hurt you, why, what, what reason, and you were never part of any type of organized crime, then what reason, do you have fucking calling people rats and acting like, you're this fucking stand up guy, and meanwhile, if you see a burglar in your fucking backyard, you're gonna call the cops.
My man. Thank you, Seretti, for the kitty. That's beautiful. Thank you, brother. Nah, I feel better.
I don't know why. Just these people, they feel important when they start talking about rats, and meanwhile they had nothing to do with fucking organized crime in their life.
It's just, I think it's immaturity, really. I don't know. It's
It is. Aren't
still,
we doing? Aren't we doing a good thing, putting the bad guys away? Like a normal human being would look at it like that. Well, he put a murderer away. Yeah, he's a scumbag because he was just like them at one time. But he did put the bad guys away.
he doesn't see them as bad guys. These guys, they took care of the neighborhood, They
I mean,
fucking, they bought you ice
that's not the
cream.
way. That's not the way I look at it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I did what I did, be, for selfish reasons, not to do good. To put the bad guys away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I don't know why. It's just these people, they feel important. When they say like yeah, that guy's a rat. And they act like they makes them feel closer to the fucking mob or something. I don't know.
They feel gangster when they say it. Like, we don't tolerate
Yeah,
fucking rats. You know what I'm saying? We're tough guys over here.
yeah,
This real shit over here.
I mean, if you did 30 years and you didn't tell, I would take it as valid. You know what I mean? But look where it's coming from. You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
like come on. I don't know. It's fucking. To me, it's
Gee,
cringe. But
you're on the belt right now? You still
Yeah,
got service to send me a
you
super
don't
chat? Thank you, brother.
they don't have to like us, but they act like we fucking killed their fucking best friend or something.
Yeah, if you're not like, related to somebody or like closely related or like, involved yourself, I understand. You're doing a YouTube show, bro. You're talking about the mob. Wouldn't you want to talk to people who are involved in it and, get the stories and, have content? I mean,
well, this is the funniest thing though, right? Is that this is their logic, and I thought about this one time. I'm just remembering now, but they claim that they don't want a platform or go on shows with anybody who cooperated, the government cooperators. Why? Because they're all liars. You can't believe a word that they say, right? This is their whole illogical fucking thesis and shit, right?
Yeah.
But then he'll do a show and come on and say how you don't have to platform any of the government cooperators. You can go and do the research and get the court transcripts and everything and get them right from there. Well, aren't you just reading what the government cooperator fucking said in court? So you're not gonna have the guy on the show, but you're gonna make your whole show about what the guy said on the stand.
It's
How
the
does that
fucking
make any
Twilight
sense?
Zone, bro. It's a Twilight Zone.
That I
People are
just don't.
sick.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. It's like, be a journalist and report on it and do your thing, or fucking, do
Or
something
don't be
else
mad.
because
Or don't
or
be
don't.
mad that other people are doing that and then being more successful than you. And you're gonna say
It
you're the
doesn't make any sense.
OG. I'm the first guy. It's mine. I'm better. I mean, if you're better, you'd be doing better. And we all care about views.
Yeah,
Don't tell me you don't care about views. It's fucking YouTube. If you're a
That's how you
content
get paid.
creator, you don't care about views. What the fuck? Who the fuck are you
yeah.
then?
The guy feels connected to the mob because his grandfather pissed in a fucking jar.
A
That is some
peanut can,
gangster
a
shit
peanut,
though.
a peanut can.
On the way to the
Yeah,
beach too, to get a primo spot at the
yeah.
parking lot.
To go
Hey,
meet
I'm
the
not gonna
patriarchal
lie.
guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you can piss in a peanut can and not spill it while you're driving, that's impressive. That
That's
might be
pretty good.
that might
Not
be
some gangster
gangster.
shit. Yeah,
That
that's
might be
gangster
gangster.
shit. Yeah,
So
I'll
maybe
show
his
Yeah,
you how to
grandfather
piss in a
wasn't.
cup.
Maybe he was a gangster after. He could
and
piss
if
in a
you
peanut
and
can and
if
not
you're
spill
using
or
a
drop.
Coca-Cola bottle, there's a problem.
Yeah. What a
What up,
fucking
Kevin
weird
Wu?
ass. What a weird
What's up,
story, right?
Frankie?
Frankie boy.
Keep your
Kevin
eyes
Man, I
Wu.
on the
just
road. Keep your eyes on the road.
what? Me driving?
Frankie said he's driving.
Oh,
Kevin Wu's crying and Frank is driving. Thank you for your
Kevin
tears, Kevin Wu.
What's
Kevin
up,
Wu's here.
Steve? How are
Yeah.
you?
Kevin Wu's in the building, man. He's a legend. He's a legend around
This
here,
guy's
Kevin Wu.
crazy. I haven't said that name in like 25 years since middle school. This fucking guy, he uses
Hey,
that name.
look what Bruce City says.
Huh?
I didn't come up around the mafia, nor was I a career criminal. So I don't see why people in my category get so caught up in calling people rats this, rat that. I just don't get it. Yeah, you're right, Bruce City.
No, nor should you. That's what we can't figure out. It makes no sense. It's really fucking weird, man. And then they're calling people fanboys. The irony in that shit is incredible, isn't it?
Jane Creek. What you mean, Gunsmoke? I'm the OG.
I don't get it.
No, it's just I don't know what it is, man. Some people they don't grow up or something. I don't know. Mentally stunted.
Well, I
And
got,
he-
I got a question, Gus. You said you used to watch, like you've been watching them for a long time before you even started doing your own thing on here. You're saying, right?
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't know if it was like 2015 or 2017, and he was talking
So,
about the Flanagans and shit. Like, oh, new movie coming out, guys. We need donations. Yeah.
so my question is, has he always been talking like this since back then?
He's always complaining about somebody. It's the same shit. Like, there's always somebody who's wronged him or he's better than everybody. It's just typical MO.
No, I'm talking about his big his rat shit all of a
Oh,
sudden.
that I mean, I can't remember. It was mostly he would just talk about like the history of it, like the Gambino family, the Philly family.
So I could
Uh,
be. So
it was like
I don't know if
history,
anybody.
really.
All right. So
Yeah.
if anybody in the chat knows, Gunsmoke's not sure 100%. I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm gonna guess that it all started once Angel came on here.
Probably. He
came on where?
disappeared for a long time. I don't know. I stopped. I
Came
don't know
on
if I stopped
YouTube.
listening.
Who Kanasi?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, has he always been talking about this rat shit and these people like
I
he
can't
has, or has it
recall.
been since Angel's come on YouTube and he's been,
Or
kissing
maybe
the
since
ring?
the A-Light shit. Because I remember him ranting about somebody back then. I think it was A-Light. You know.
What the
Hey,
fuck do you want,
Delivering to
Castreza?
people he knew or whatever. I'd go down there and play, and they'd be playing dice or they'd be doing whatever they were doing. But he was always nice to me. And I can't really say anything bad. Sundays were spent in Newport, Rhode Island on the beach. And it was always a race. My grandfather said, all right, everybody get together. We can't do his Cadillac.
Oh god, it's a
On his
pecan.
peanut can, which we called the P can because he would piss in the can on the way if he had to go because
there was 2 or 3 parking
The
spots.
beach
on
can.
the
They had a
border
name
island,
for it.
and they were
while
pre-closed
he was
spots.
speeding.
And everybody would want to race to get there. Because what would happen is we would go there, the kids, me, my cousins, whoever, we'd go play on the beach.
You get caught doing that today, you'd be a registered sex offender.
My
Lop his
grandfather,
prick out.
my cousins, Ray, other guys, they would all stay up on the pavement, cook steaks, play cards, drink beer, all that kind of stuff. And so every Sunday, or
Cooking sausage.
probably twice a month, it was, come on, we got to beat them patriarchs to the beach.
I'll lop my prick out.
We'll get in the car, we leave at like 7 o'clock in the morning. And there he is, lopping his prick out, pissing in a pecan because he's got to beat Ray to the beach because he wants that parking space. That's the only thing they ever argued about was that parking space, because it was right next to the fucking porta potties, and it was like 2 feet over from the boardwalk. So it was easy.
Can it hold it? The porta potties are right there. They had a name for the piss can.
It really was a good time.
So not only did he piss in the can, his car smelled like shit.
Yeah, a Cadillac too. How you gonna piss in a Cadillac? And then you show up and meet up with the guy like, ha, I beat you. Meanwhile, your fucking shorts are covered in piss. It's hot outside. 7 a.m. That's a good time to go to the beach, but still, I don't want to show up there covered in urine. And the porta potty's right there. You can't hold it till you get there and then piss in the fucking porta potty like a man, like a decent human being, and lopping your prick out in front of kids. So much so that they came up with a name for the fucking whole procedure, the beach can. Grandpa's blowing out the beach can.
I got a question. Do you know how old this dude is exactly?
He's got to be in his late 40s, early 50s, late 40s.
Yeah.
Do you know for sure like how old he is exactly or not?
I don't know. I'd say
I got a point to the story. I really need to know.
I'd say he's probably like 55, 56.
Really, that much? Yeah.
Canarsie? There's no way that guy's fucking 60 years old. Come on now.
I didn't say that.
Who said that?
Not me. I said like maybe 55.
That's pushing 60.
That's 60.
Don't push it
know.
though.
All right, so maybe he's fucking 50.
Yeah, around.
Okay,
I'd say,
hold on, right there.
It's Generation X.
Hold on, man. Casper Rosa just said he was born in 1977, so he's 47 years old, right?
Right.
Now, if he was born in 77, somebody look this up. I'm pretty sure Raymond Patriarcha Sr., the Patriarcha boss, was died in 83 or 84. So I'll give him 84. It might have been 84. I think 83, 84. So he would have been 7 years old when this guy died. Yeah. He was 7 or 8 when Patriarcha died. So I want to know what year he was going to the fucking beach with him where he remembers, because there's a small window there where you'd even be able to fucking remember that. And I highly doubt he was going with him to the beach in the last 2 years of the guy's life. It sounded like he was doing too good around that time. So I'm calling bullshit.
Of course, it's a bullshit.
I'm even conflicted inside of myself because I knew who the guy was. I knew what he did for a living.
No, you were 5.
Because he was nice to me.
He was 5 years old and knew he was a killer.
Sat on his lap.
Oh, he got bacon from him too.
Very, very gentle.
He got bacon from Patriarcha Senior.
And if there's anything that was ever said that could have been described or even explained as negative, was that he was too good to people. He never, ever, ever raised his voice. I mean, nothing. And they would go down into the cellar and talk business. They would never do it in the kitchen. They'd always go down in the cellar, hit the broiler. Oh, you couldn't hear nothing.
Hit the broiler.
Swag on the couch. There'd be dress shirts. There would be slacks. There would be ties. Knockoff stuff.
Peanut cans.
He liked, and he'd take it and deliver it to people he knew or whatever. But I'd go down there and play, and they'd be playing dice, or they'd be doing whatever they were doing. But he was always nice to me. And I can't really say anything bad. Sundays were spent in Newport, Rhode Island, on the beach.
Did he just say that? Did he just say that he was wearing knockoff clothes?
They'd be he said they'd be knockoff fucking ties, shirts, clothes like that.
Like fake shit, right?
Like what?
Does he mean knockoff like fake, or knockoff like they stole them?
Probably he means like they stole them, but I don't know.
Because I highly doubt that he had to wear knockoff clothes.
Yeah, I doubt that.
I doubt they even made them back in the fucking early 80s.
Yeah.
Tina Beagle, thank you very much.
I wish I had a
Beautiful.
video. I wish I had the. Oh, thanks, Tina Big. Appreciate it.
And butterfly kisses too.
And butterfly kisses too.
And good to see you at CO7.
Hey, SCO7, my man. What's
Thank
up,
you,
Conrad?
Butterfly, Tina Beagle.
I just wish there was a video to go along with this, so I can see him say this shit with a straight face. Because then we should get him like an Academy Award or Golden Globe or something for fucking telling this ridiculous story with a straight
Look, it's a
face.
good story. It's a great story.
The only
It
thing
does
was missing was the
deserve
bacon.
He
It's
should
a
have put that in the
totally-
Flanagan's.
It's a totally made up story.
Put it in the Flanagan's. That would have been a good scene. You know, that might have sold the show or the movie.
So
Haven't-
if Raymond
haven't we heard-
Patriarca died in '84, right?
Yeah,
That means he was 7 years old.
He said he was a kid.
when he died.
Yeah, when he died. So I'm sure, like, during I want to give, like, maybe Raymond was sick for like the last 2-3 years.
That's
4
what I'm
years of
thinking.
his life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
So he
what
had
was
like a 1 year
fucking-
window.
So what was he? 3-4 years old, fucking watching his grandfather piss in the fucking peanut butter thing.
Maybe he had to pee a lot. Old guys got to pee a lot.
That's true.
That's
Jeff,
why.
hold-
Maybe that's
hold-
why.
Jeff,
Huh?
hold on to this while I make a left turn.
Here he goes,
I don't wanna-
flopping his prick out.
I don't want to splash any of my bathing suit.
Here we go again.
Well,
Yeah,
doesn't it
prick
seem
out.
weird? Well, hold on, doesn't it seem a little bit weird that we hear another guy on this genre have a real similar story about knowing some gangsters as a kid?
Yeah.
Shit.
The only difference is that he said he sat on the guy's lap and he gave him candy. The other guy got bacon. Who got the rind of the deal here?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Bacon bits boy.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get bacon or a sausage link or something.
That guy's a real fucking lying fucking dirtbag weasel. He is just a fucking. He's just a fucking low man. He's fucking worse than the fucking worst. That guy.
You low down dirty scoundrel, you.
I just want to know where he came up with this story. Like, did he like do the shit on the fly, or has he like studied the story? Because it's fucking ridiculous.
I think it's on the fly.
I mean, this shit is fucking retarded.
What's up, Carmine S?
It's a classic story, though. They even named the can the beach can. He's got the special can. That can must have stunk like urine. Where's he
Could you
put the can
imagine?
while he goes to the beach? Because it's going to sit in the car. The car gets hot in the summer.
He said peanut butter can.
A peanut can,
Like a Planters peanuts.
peanut
like a
can.
plant, yeah, like the
Oh,
blue
like
and yellow
Planters,
planters
okay.
can.
I guess the
Yeah,
peanuts
yeah.
absorb the piss,
Yeah.
so
So
it's splash.
he pissed in the can while they were racing to the beach.
Yeah. Fast and the Furious over here.
Yeah.
What's up, Frank?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's up, Frank?
Frankie.
And he pulled
What's
out
up,
his,
Frankie?
he pulled out his
Hey,
dick
hey.
in front of the kid. Come on.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I'm
pulled
not
his
gonna
wiener
mix
out in
this
front of all
up.
the kids too. Yeah.
That's a man's man.
Oh, hey, Frankie, what do you think about this story, man? What's your feelings on this story? On the scale of 0 to 10 of being bullshit, 10 being
No,
bullshit.
I came on yesterday for gut smoke stick. Brett doesn't want to tackle this subject. I love tackling it. I love you guys are on here
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I hate this guy so fucking much.
I know you've been dying for like 2 years to fucking.
The Virginia
Yeah,
Beach
I didn't know
gangster?
Patriarca had a grandson in Mars named Chaka
Chaka.
Patriarca.
Chaka Patriarca.
He was
Chaka
adopted
Patriarca.
from Thailand. He was adopted from Thailand.
Chaka from Land of the Lost.
Yeah, he looks like Chaka.
Yeah.
Carmine S, you said that I can verify something. What was it that you said?
Hey, everybody.
What do you say?
What are you saying?
I don't
Oh, he
know.
said, Howie, call
said,
A-Light and confirm
confirm what? That's what I missed.
that the story about him is bullshit. I'm assuming.
Oh, the
Oh
bedroom
yeah,
shit.
I wouldn't even have to ask him that.
I wouldn't even. I
Why you
wouldn't
even
even call
asking
him to
me?
ask him something. I wouldn't
don't
ask
wanna
him
talk
something
about it.
ridiculous. That's just crazy.
I'm
Yeah,
not
he
even
was
gonna-
a from bum of the week.
I'm not gonna ask him about the fucking story with the bed shit either because I know that's not fucking true.
It's kind of weird too. How do you ask him? You're just gonna bring it up, like, by the way.
Well, I want to ask him. I want to ask him if Junior was telling the truth when he sat down with Frank Morano and said that he had a weak moment, and it's a decision that makes him sick to this day, or if he believes his news story on Patrick Bet-David. That's what I want to know. That
Oh, I already spoke to him about that.
what he said.
He agreed with everything, every point I brought up.
Son of a bitch.
Whose head is he gonna split? This fucking mutant motherfucker. He's gonna. You come down to the Lower East Side, I'm gonna split your fucking head.
Oh, he
Wide
was talking
open.
about. He was talking about Merlino.
Oh, you imagine
Wow.
this guy's the same guy who goes begging Tom Lavecchia to fucking for me to leave him alone. And I'm not active, but he wants to go fuck with active people. He really.
Well,
he
he asked fucking Kasparov if he can get in touch with the feds because he was scared shit of A-Light.
Exactly.
What's up now,
Call the feds. Call the feds, motherfucker.
He thinks that angel's gonna protect him or something like that.
Not from Joey Molino.
That's what I was trying
There
to
ain't no
say.
saving him for fucking Joey Molino.
Not from anyone really. It's just
Little stuff's gonna do the work.
She ain't gonna say, what is she gonna do? She's a woman.
They didn't nickname him El Diablo for nothing.
Nah, you know what he's doing? His fucking channel sucks. It's not doing any numbers. He's not making no money. So he's trying to fucking
Get some
use
drama.
fucking this as like a boost spring,
Yeah.
with the Gotti
Reinvigorate.
support. He's trying to dip into Angel's new clientele.
New clientele. Oh, there's new viewers out there, huh?
Yeah. No, her new viewers.
Her members.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, in a couple of days, he's gonna be with his eyes puffy, all fucking. You guys gotta stop. This is serious now.
Enough.
Enough.
Well,
oh, why did they do this? He's like the elephant man. Why did they pick on me?
Well, Frankie, I don't know if you heard earlier, but Konarski was talking shit to the dude, saying that he better be careful where he goes in public, because somebody might make a phone call and he get his head split open, right?
We gotta get to that part.
So
yeah, I said that. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering when Konarski is gonna go get a cheesesteak at Little Joey, since he's such a tough guy.
Yeah, he also made a comment about fucking the dude going to the nut house.
He did.
Well, he called him a lowlife.
Yeah, if you keep listening, you'll hear it.
He's mad because he thinks he's the only one allowed in the nut house.
Right.
I was here first.
Yeah, he didn't get the invite. That's my room, motherfucker.
I was there first.
What are you doing here, dude? Get
out.
out.
I don't know what it's like.
He only did fucking 2 days. I did 12.
Yeah. Thorazine. I snort that shit.
I've got the scars to prove it.
He did the fucking Thorazine shuffle. And
I've been going to the nut house for the last 20 years. I'm the original fucking nut job.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the original nutcase. I've been on here longer than everybody. I've been committed more times than any of these motherfuckers.
This fucking guy has an identity. Yeah, there's something to be said about anybody who dresses up as Elvis. They suffer from identity crisis.
Yeah, I mean that's
so
crazy.
how can you take this fucking fool serious?
Hey, DL, if Kanasi went to Vito Guzzo for an interview, he'd slap him in his fucking face.
Yeah, I could tell. I could see how that could go right away. Yeah, hey buddy,
I support the channel.
You'd be like, hey buddy, how you doing? All right, bye. Yeah, take it easy, good.
I'd hit the like button.
That would be his dialogue right there.
All right, man. Fucking
beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, you got to hear the rest of this shit that he says, man. It is fucking.
I heard it, and you know what, guys, don't. I mean, I hate this motherfucker more than anybody else on. I'm talking about the guy I heard, the content creator. I don't even want to mention it, but I'm telling you, I was pissing my pants the way he was fucking calling out this motherfucker, and I hate this motherfucker more than anybody. It was funny shit, bro.
What, the alien?
The weirdo from fucking Rhode Island.
That's bizarre.
What are you talking about?
The weirdo from Rhode Island went after the weirdo from Virginia Beach.
Oh, the diddler.
Yes, the diddler went. Yes, the diddler went after it, and man, he just broke him down and made him look like a fucking. I mean, I hate. The fucking thumbnail was there. I said, let me go listen to this fucking thing. It was. I gotta admit, I hate the motherfucker more than anybody. If you get hit by a truck right now, I'm all happy. But it was funny, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, it was funny. I want to be. Why can't you love me? Why can't you love me, Joey?
Oh, I know. He was Joey's fucking personal fucking hero about a year ago.
Yeah, and he goes, look, now he wants to talk about he's gonna do. You ain't gonna do shit. He was saying.
Well, he
Yeah.
used to say he was connected to him. Like, I know him. You guys don't know him like I know him.
He used to tell Angel on the show. He used to go, and Angel, you know who I talk to and who my friends are that they say I'm not friends with. I go to a certain restaurant once a week and they kiss my ring. Oh, you know, and oh yeah, I heard you. I heard him. I saw it. Yep, I saw it. You know.
Sure.
And then the
Sure
guy
he
says,
did.
I don't know the motherfucker. I've never seen this
Yeah.
motherfucker.
This motherfucker is some
Hit me
fucking
up on
weirdo at the
Instagram,
trial,
motherfucker.
fucking trying to fucking help me out, motherfucker. And fucking
I'm here.
journalist
He
or
was
something.
going, I'm here, Joey. Here, I got
Yeah.
papers for you.
We
He
love
had one of
you,
them signs.
Joey. We love
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Joey, with the big
yeah,
with the sign with
with
the
a big heart on it and shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
We
He had a
love
big,
you, John.
he had a
Thank you,
big, like,
Joey.
one of them fucking signs they have at the baseball game where they like open it up and it's like 6 feet long. He had one of them in the front row in the court. Fucking.
Next time I fly out to Virginia, I think I'm gonna go do part 2.
Oh, with
Take a little
Jared?
tour.
Yeah, me and Jared are gonna do part 2.
Yeah,
Somebody else
yeah. I
wants to
just
go
want
with
to
you too
know.
from the chat.
Yeah, I
we
just
want to go.
want
We
to
get all
know.
together.
What I want to know why Jared didn't get invited over there to the beach.
Jesus Christ.
Well, put
They're
it
in
on.
different
Put it on,
states.
Smoke.
All right, hold on. Give me a minute. Hold on. God damn it. I gotta go back to the show. Hold on.
He reminds me of the guy that was in that that they did that movie Rob the Mob on.
Yeah.
You know the guy and his girlfriend, the Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
Who's that?
What was their names again? The ones that Ronnie
The
one of them
Uvas?
supposedly killed. Yeah, the Uvas. Yeah.
Oh, the Ovas. Yeah.
Remember how the one nutcase there, the guy or whatever was going to the John Gotti trials and shit, and he was trying to like tell him that he could buy a jury, and he wanted to smacking him up and stealing his money or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I could see that happening to Canarsie and shit at the
Oh,
Marino
fuck.
trial. I got some inside info for you, Joey. 30,000.
Yeah.
I'll get you a juror. And
They-
then they get
they-
the money and just beat his ass.
If he went to the steakhouse, they wouldn't just throw bread at him. They throw it with the meat in it.
I like when he was
tomatoes.
wearing his, I like how Tom Levesque was wearing that suit, that Purina. I didn't know Purina made fucking sports jackets. He was wearing that, and he had a fucking
I
like
thought it was an
a
Imes.
he had a Folex over the fucking the suit.
Purina dog chow.
Did he have his ring on?
He had one of those Korean fucking watches on his over his fucking suit.
The ring
Yeah,
was on actually. Yeah.
The ring was on, dude. With the fucking.
Shark skin suit.
It was a piece of black pavement in the ring.
Yeah.
Custom black pavement.
Oh, there's another fat Walter Tang. Yeah, let's do a road trip. I'd love it. We'll walk in the mean streets of Virginia Beach Boulevard.
Road trip, baby.
Now, I tell you right now,
Where do you see out, gang?
we do a road trip. We're gonna get locked up.
Yeah, I was just thinking that
Yeah.
when he said it. That's the first thing I
Why?
thought.
Can we go to the beach before we go to the pen?
The beach he lives about. I'll tell you where he lives because I know exactly. I lived in that area. He lives about 8 miles away from the ocean front, which is the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he lives in a nice area. It's a military area. And
Well, you should see how
where he grew
gangster
up.
Newport, Rhode Island.
Jared's
when you want to talk
Jared's
about
gonna take
gangster.
us around.
Well, Newport, Rhode Island got to be one of the dangerous places in America. Let me tell you, boy.
It took his
Newport?
grandfather about 32
Yeah.
pickups to get to Rhode Island from Virginia Beach.
Hey, if you saw him in person, you think you would be able to resist smacking him in the back of the head?
That's a good. I probably feel bad for him. I'll be like,
What if he mouths off to you?
It'd be a hate crime for
He ain't gonna do that.
you get arrested for a hate crime for hitting a retard.
He ain't gonna do that. I guarantee you.
Yeah, it's probably a bad charge hitting somebody with Down syndrome.
He's in a
you
cover
get-
band. He's in a rock cover band. It's called System of a Down System.
Down syndrome, yeah.
System of a Down syndrome.
Come on,
Yeah.
get down with the
That's-
sickness.
That's some fun. You got to do a video. That's gonna be
What was
hilarious.
the shit
Tell
that
him
he,
whose lead singer is Gunsmoke.
Who?
Honolulu.
No, the lead singer of that band. What was his name?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mike or something.
We don't have
right?
Hey,
any.
what-
No,
what was
Jeffy
it that
Pate.
he-
Jeff Pate.
what was it that he used to say when he was Elvis?
Yeah, come on, baby.
Despacito.
Hey,
He
mama,
said,
something like that.
Hey,
He said,
Ma,
"Come here,
it's not my bag,
little
mama."
mama." Oh yeah, he was talking about some peanut butter and jelly and a little kid or something? Wasn't he sparring some
No,
weird
he's
shit
talking
like
about
that?
fucking a dog, and he's like, I don't get down
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
mama.
yeah, yeah. Oh
It's
yeah,
not
I'm
my
sorry. I don't
bag,
get down
mama.
like that, mama. I want you to fuck a dog or something. Yeah.
Holy Esposito. So, whatever the hell
Yeah,
they were
he's a,
saying.
he's a
That
weird
was fucking.
motherfucker, bro.
That was fucking cringe watching him act like Elvis.
Yeah.
Well, did you see the one when he acted like he just got into a fight and had fake blood and shit all over his face?
Oh, the ketchup.
Yeah. It was like 3 ketchup packets on one, the 2 on each cheek and 1 on
He
the forehead.
survived the assassination attempt.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pigeon
what?
blood on him.
What was he trying to prove? That he got his ass kicked?
Yeah, what's
That
up with
he had a tough
said
one and he
that-
survived.
Yeah, he said you
Fuck
should have seen what
Gambino.
happened. He said you should have seen what happened to the other motherfucker.
Yeah.
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 You think this
Yeah.
is bad? You should see
Yeah,
the other guy. He ain't
The other
around no more.
motherfucker broke his fucking hand in 3 places.
God
From
damn.
hitting him on the
Up
head.
his ass.
Yeah.
You
That's
see his
fucking
tattoos?
funny.
He had the Wolfman, a couple of shamrocks.
I'm telling you, he looks like he got blackout drunk at a frat house and woke up like that. I'm telling you.
Should be in Lincoln Park or something. I don't know. He looks like one of those rock and roll guys.
Somebody went
He
crazy
won't
with the
Alternative
fucking
rock.
permanent marker.
Alternative rock. You guys into that shit?
You know
Yeah.
he's got the
I
John
like
Gotti
alternative.
tattoo on his thigh,
Yeah.
right?
Hey, well, you got a
You seen
tattoo
it?
on his thigh?
Yeah, John Gotti, his signature.
Right by his
Really?
nuts? Yeah.
Yeah.
Inner thigh?
I swear to God.
The other
I
guy's
don't
got
know.
he's got this is where Angel pissed.
It's on his legs. It's on his leg somewhere, I'm pretty sure. Somebody posted it.
Oh man,
Wow, that's
I can't
crazy.
believe
We
this
haven't
guy.
even heard him start saying the best shit he said on the show yet.
I'm sure. He's
Eh,
very
eh,
upset.
The frog.
No, none of you do. None of you ever met the motherfucker in your life. You know nothing.
Wow.
You know nothing. You're the same jerk-offs who make these rules for people you like and who you don't like. And that makes you a motherfucking mark. Nothing more. A fucking mark. And a fanboy.
Oh.
That's what that makes you.
A mark?
He's talking about
I
Angel. He's
digress.
talking about Angel.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Think about
Just
it. Look what he
made
just said.
mistakes. We know this.
Oh, let me rewind it.
Yeah, he's talking about Angel.
Who make these rules for people you like and who you don't like.
See?
And that makes you a motherfucking mark. Nothing more.
Yeah.
A fucking mark. And a fanboy.
Are you
That's
sure?
right.
Why would he call him a mark and a fanboy?
Because he's saying anybody who makes one set of rules for one person and another set of rules
Oh.
for another person's a mark. So he's talking about her.
Vicariously, he's talking about her too, but he's not intending. He's throwing shots at, I guess, Nadu or somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, he's on the Nadu and Molino kick right now. It must
Yeah.
have broke his heart when he seen Nadu at the fucking cheesesteak place over there.
Oh, he
That
did.
probably
He
set
said he
him
couldn't
off.
go there. He said he couldn't go there. That's why.
I wish I could go there. That food looks good.
He was
He got
telling
diarrhea
everybody
when
that.
he's in there.
Yeah, he said he was telling everybody that if Nadu went down there, he was gonna get hit in the head with a hammer or something.
So
And then when
went
Nadu
down there,
went down there, yeah, and now he's crying on his.
they
fucking
rolled
show.
out the red carpet.
Yeah,
for
but
him.
he only got hit with bread. That was it.
Yeah, he got hit with like 6 rolls, soft rolls with seeds.
Let me do it, Joe. Motherfucker comes in here, motherfucker, looks for a free sandwich, motherfucker.
I think Canarsie needs to do a cheesesteak review. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
That'd
he
be
needs to
nice.
go there.
It would only be right,
I'd
right?
watch that. I'd watch that.
He reminds me of
Yeah.
fucking like Selena's manager. He's really disgruntled right now.
There will be no more Salinas y los Dinos. I forbid you to see him, Selena. It's
He's
a
like
bra.
the guy- Who? You try to say he sounds like the guy that killed Selena?
Yeah, the chick. Yeah.
Oh, the chick.
Oh, the
I
one
thought
from
you
the
meant the
fan club.
manager.
The one from the fan club.
No, she
Yeah,
ran the fan
yeah,
club.
she got
yeah.
disgruntled after she got told to fuck off. You know.
Yolanda Saldivar. No, she
I-
was stealing
I-
the fan club money.
I swear to God, if I lived close enough, I would go get a steak sandwich.
You think
They
they
look
would
pretty
recognize
good.
you? Though they probably
bet
wouldn't
you would.
recognize you.
No, they wouldn't recognize me.
We'll do a review.
I do a fucking review.
This food tastes like shit.
Tell him it was the best, motherfucker.
I'll even ask Joey to take a picture. Hey Joe, take a
Yeah.
picture.
He wouldn't
How do
even
you do
know, you motherfucker. Oh,
We're
how you
doing
doing,
a
motherfucker?
live stream. We're giving you a 10 out of 10 stars, man. Come get in the
Hey,
video.
Joe, can I get in that picture, Joe? Come on, Joey.
Yeah.
Come here, snuff,
I-
motherfucker.
Come here,
I
motherfucker.
tell him, I say, Joe, the steak sandwich is all right, but it smells a little funny. Here, take a whiff of this, and I smash the fucking sandwich in his face.
Too many fucking onions or something. I don't know.
Oh shit.
Let's see what this asshole has to say.
Yeah, he did look
That
like a
makes you-
fucking. He did look like he was wearing some of them. What them boots? Some fucking skinheads wear. It's like a certain brand of
Military
boots.
boots? I don't know.
Yeah,
They
but
wear
it's
like
a
military.
certain. Yeah, but it's a certain name. What the fuck is the name of the boots they wear? It's like a.
Oh,
It's like
Doc
a
Martens.
Doc Martin. Yeah, there you go. It looked like he was wearing Doc Martens in that fucking video he did. No.
Rock on, dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It looks like he's part of like fucking, I don't know, Creed or some shit.
American,
Yeah, like American History X
American
or something.
History. Yeah,
Yeah.
X, the gay version.
Rock
Yeah.
on, dude. Fucking
He looked
listen to
like
Green Day.
Remy's. Yeah, he looked like Remy's cousin.
You better get out of here, straight guys.
Gambino to do new stuff for years. Oh yeah.
Yeah, great content. This guy's great.
Roll the tape, dude.
Dude,
I digress.
I digress.
So John Gotti made mistakes. We know this. But Sammy buried an entire hierarchy and 200 other made guys from other
Hierarchy.
families.
Hold
with
on,
their
hold
little
on, hold on.
lover.
Let me fast forward this shit. Who gives a fuck about Sammy right now? I want to hear the shit tone.
So Sammy Gravano
Oh my god.
tells this stupid fucking narrative, and all of you back it
You
up
could hear it, okay? Or is
Yeah.
it too loud?
Yeah,
because
it's
you
good.
thrust
It's good.
the motherfucking lie. Sammy
Thrust
says John was going to force him to take the heat, and you guys keep regurgitating this shit. How? How exactly is that going to happen? Whose voice was on them fucking tapes? Whose voice? Sammy was caught on tapes himself too. He says he wasn't, but he's lying to you about that. If a guy talks about a murder on tape,
Hold
how
on.
the
This
fuck are
guy's
you going to
fucking
get
up my
yourself
shit
out of
right
that? I was in blah, blah, blah when I whacked him.
How do I mute this?
How can you get
motherfucker?
around that? You can't get around that statement. You can disseminate it through defense attorneys, but the reality is you saying that is going to put you behind the wall, and nobody's arguing that. But how is John going to surreptitiously make Sammy take the fall for something he's on tape talking about himself? You can't. You just can't. So stop saying John Gotti brought down the mob.
I'll have whatever fucking opinion I want to have. Or whatever.
Motherfucker.
What about John Stanfa and his bullshit?
What the fuck did John Stanford do? Except get his fucking family taken over.
We'll stop if
Huh?
you stop calling Joey Molino a cokehead.
Yeah, stop calling Joey Merlino names.
He's my friend.
Motherfucker.
Young Turks took it to his fucking ass. You don't say shit about John Stanfa. You don't blame him.
What the fuck? He didn't have a strong enough crew. What do you want him to do? He only tried so much. Anyway, they locked him up.
Shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
John
get
Gotti-
John Veazey after your fucking ass.
Oh, John Veazey would do a nice fucking number on him.
bring down any other mob family? Did he bring down any other mob family? Nope.
all
Motherfucker.
right. So those are good points. I get it. But why you making them? Who the fuck are you to make those points?
Well, he's got to fly the flag. You know, he's got to.
Yeah, because he might get a little cheesecake from Angel.
Pot pie, maybe. She's got to work himself up to the
He
pot
did
pie.
say he looks good looking in person, which I find it hard to believe.
Yeah, she's just fucking,
Her vision's
saying-
a little skewed.
saying that so he won't fucking hang himself.
Oh yeah. That was the same episode. You're right.
Well,
Don't hang
she,
yourself.
al-
You look
she,
good in person.
she also said that about MRE. So
Yeah, so I don't think she's a good judge of looks or character.
Well, who the fuck is she to make judging on anybody anyway?
Maybe she had like a failed LASIK surgery or something. Yeah.
I'd like to know how the fuck she knew that MRE kissed like a fish.
Yeah, where did that come from? Yeah.
She said that to Casparosa.
Yeah.
Hey, look, what is she, like 67 years old or something?
Well, who
So she's
kissed?
taking down some 45-year-old white trash kid. What's the big deal?
With a Hitler tattoo.
What a Hitler test.
I told you to stay the fuck upstairs.
Yeah,
Look what
I
she's
actually-
doing.
Dude, I actually kicked my company out of my house just to fucking hang out with you guys. I love that.
Oh, nice. Well, I appreciate that. We told him, get the fuck out. We're going to do the Gunsmoke show.
No, I told her I had to use the bathroom. I don't feel good.
Oh. Oh, so you lied to her. Meh.
So they had to leave the house?
Yeah. I'm going to throw up.
No, I told her I
Get
wouldn't
out.
want to hang out because I don't feel good.
Oh, okay.
It's a regular one. I see her all the time.
Shit.
The bots.
Frankie Luke took it on the fucking chin. He stays loyal. The only thing I'm guilty of is being friends with John Gotti. I'm always going to be his friend. That's loyalty. That's honor. Gravano would have you believe that John was going to force him to take all of the heat.
That
And
sounds
Sammy
like
sort of
shit.
explains this or tries to make it palatable by saying, oh, the tapes, John was blaming me for everything. He wanted me to. No. Was John belly aching on them tapes about you, Sammy? Oh, yeah, he was. And you want to know why?
Well,
Why?
Sonny Peach is calling me on this phone.
Him and Frankie Loke for you.
You got your number now too?
Hey, it's all right. No, he's calling me through Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll call him back.
You're hard on.
Is he allowed on your show?
Nonstop.
Huh?
You murdered your way.
He's allowed on your show, your pal, no?
I mean, I'm not against it, but these people, they go all crazy. They get upset.
Who are you
Sure,
talking
sure.
about?
Pizza, he's been friggin' texting me and shit.
I got no fucking. You want to have him come on? I'll step down.
No. I don't need that type
No,
of shit
fuck.
right now.
You hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Fucking, this phone sucks. Give me a couple minutes.
What are
No,
we waiting for?
I don't know, but I'm gonna fucking keep going.
Go ahead.
Retain wealth and businesses by lying. And in those tapes, John admits making the call, making the decision, but he also explains, I was lied to. Sammy isn't being honest with any of you. He wasn't going to take the heat for what John did. This is the mob. A boss gives an order, everything trickles down. Like, is he this stupid that he thinks you're going to believe this? Anytime you see an indictment, they always leave it. The mafia is a hierarchy: boss, underboss, consigliere, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So everything that is done below them filters back up. So how's John going to get underneath of all of that and go, well, Sammy, you're going to take the blame for the whole fucking thing? How is that possible? Sammy was never going to take the heat, but he knew he was going to be killed for the shit he pulled, the lies.
They could have tried to make him take the heat, but it wouldn't have worked. But they could have tried that angle if
He
they
wasn't
wanted
going to
to.
make. Listen,
But I don't think he was going to do that.
No, that would be a rap move.
They would all took it down. They were all going down together. You know?
That was just an easy fucking cop out.
See, Sammy was
His attorney.
Yeah.
Gotti's attorney got pissed off. He said after the trial that we know that he had information that could have helped his defense to prove Sammy was lying. He wouldn't even give us information to help because he thought that was a rap move.
Yeah.
His own lawyer said that. So you think he was going to throw Sammy under the bus for what? What he said on tapes? How?
I think Sammy had resentment when he heard John talking shit on those tapes, and then he's like, I wasn't fucking being taped. These are your tapes, Like, he's getting fucking pissed off that he's going down now, facing a life fucking bid. And I guess he just turned on him, man.
How the fuck is John gonna make fucking Sammy take the fall for him? How is that even possible?
It's not. It's not. It's ridiculous. But that's the thing, though. He's counting on the general public listening to these stories. They don't know any better. They're not going to go look into this shit, so they can get away with saying it to some people.
Right. Yeah. Just like John Jr. got so many people convinced that he didn't cooperate.
Exactly. And then he goes on a big platform like Patrick McDavid and Burners and spins his bullshit because who's going to question it? They're just going to listen. They don't know.
Yeah, there was no way he was beating that case, even without saying.
I'm trying to think of an example where that might have happened. Maybe remember the Puffy trial with Shine, and they had the same, they were all facing the same case together, and then Puffy separated the lawyers, and then they were throwing the heat on Shine. Now it comes out it was Puffy who did the shooting, not Shine. Or maybe Shine did too, but he didn't hit nobody. It was Puffy's bullets.
Well, so Shine took the weight for it. But you think if Sammy's going to say, hey, John didn't do anything, I did it all. You think they
would care?
Smack him in the back of the head and fucking send him out of the court.
They already had the evidence. Those tapes is what fucked them.
And Gotti used to say all the time, because he used to talk about the tapes of Ange and Big Paul and all them getting taped, and he used to tell people, if you ever hear my voice, I'll kill myself. Well, guess what happened to him?
Yeah.
You know, the one thing he said he would never do, and if he did, he'd kill himself. He gets caught on tape, fucking talking about murders.
Yeah.
Does
There
he
was nothing
talk,
Sammy could do. Period. There was nothing the lawyer could do. He was done.
especially without Cutler?
What happened, Frank? You got knocked off.
I was talking. That was Tony Pizza. He said he sent Gunsmoke a couple of videos. He told some people off. He wanted them to play them.
He sent me some dead links. Yeah. And
I
I
don't
think
know.
I think he's talking shit about somebody that I don't even want to get involved with.
Oh, okay. Hey, that's on you.
Yeah, he's talking about destroying somebody. I don't want to be, ain't got nothing to do with me.
Unless it's that fucking guy from what's his name, Jeff Loman.
No, he ain't even. It's a whole different guy. But thank you. What up, Chicken Hawk? Thank you, Becktown.
No, I said unless
Yeah.
it's Jeff Loman.
Yeah, for
right?
sure. Yeah. Motherfucker. Let's see. Is he gonna talk about Joey Merlino, or is he just gonna bitch about this
He's
whole
got
Sammy thing?
no. He goes into John Jr. and all of that shit too.
This motherfucker, man. Let me
You had a
fast
lot
forward.
to say. You had a lot to say, Smoke.
Fast forward 30 seconds. Let's
Yeah,
see.
no, I can say.
He's gonna start. Yeah, he says a bunch of things. It's just right now it's all about fucking Sammy, but it'll be over soon.
Yeah.
The whole fucking video is only like what 37 minutes.
Yeah. I gotta get a new speaker. The speaker sounds like shit too.
Well, it was sounding okay.
Yeah. It just
Yeah.
sounds like it's like low quality, muffled and shit. It doesn't usually sound like that. It's supposed to have like some quality to it.
Right.
I guess it's getting old. Well, whatever. Maybe I dropped it too many times. Motherfucker.
Paul's house nonstop. And not a single fucking surveillance report ever mentioned Salvatore Gravano being there, but yet Neil Della Croce, John Gotti, and others were. So you mean to tell me that all them surveillance reports, Sammy, they just, let's redact him. No, you're full of shit. You're a liar.
Liar.
Sammy never went to meet Nicky Scarfo and Philly Anetti in Atlantic City either. It's all bullshit.
How the fuck do you know?
Yeah, I was just thinking like, yo, you calling people fanboys.
This motherfucker was at the beach in Newport with Patriarch, and he knows what happens in fucking Philly now.
When your fucking family was doing a two-step of Virginia Beach Boulevard, they were telling you this, you fucking hard on. Fucking country bumpkin.
So he really is a jerk off.
He is a jerk off.
He's a jerk off.
Somebody's gonna fucking crack him.
Story to facilitate his delusions that he was somehow much more important than he really was at the end of the day. Did he make money? Nobody's going to dispute that. Nobody's going to dispute that. Was he a gangster? Nobody's going to dispute that. Was he a killer? Yeah. But he
What's
never
the
did
point,
it.
though?
He pulled the trigger once.
I
got nightly murders. Let me wear this shirt. I'm a tough guy. Bitch, you only did it once.
Bitch.
How many times did you do it?
He was never at the scene of the castle.
a lot.
Another
You guys
guy
stop
that thinks one
regurgitating this.
murder
Well,
is
John,
not good enough.
I mean, this guy sounds like he has fucking 12 bodies the way he's talking. You only killed one motherfucker. Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Technically, in the hood in Chicago, they say you ain't shit unless you got two or more. I guess the first one doesn't count. It's like popping your cherry, You gotta keep on fucking.
Sammy were sitting on the corner watching Big Paul and Tommy Bilotti get whacked. Nope. They weren't there. Neither one of them was. He made it up. He made it up because he needed to put John Gotti at the scene of a homicide to put him in jail. That's what the feds needed. And some of you are going to say, and many of you YouTube jerk-offs are going to say this,
hey,
well, there was somebody else who saw them and, and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, well, go invest in the research and you're going to find this fact out. That the person who identified John and Sammy described somebody who didn't look like either one of them. The FBI had those reports that fucking night.
Oh, so the FBI reports are correct then. Hey, Stella, good to see you.
Believe me, if somebody had even halfway described John Gotti is sitting at the scene of the crime,
pause it real quick.
Pause
it real quick. This is the funniest shit that I've ever heard. This guy's saying that there was witnesses that claimed that they saw John and Sammy at the scene, but their descriptions and the way that they said that they looked didn't match either one of them. Bro, John Gotti was famous in fucking 1985. Everybody in that area knew what the fuck he looked like. How would they not be able to describe what John Gotti looked like even then?
Right, and if and
How would
why
they
were
fuck
they
that up?
and why were they saying that fucking John and Sammy were there and then couldn't describe them
And
the
then they
right
weren't
way?
there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, John and Sammy were there, but then they described two black guys. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
Motherfucker.
Where's he
I got
coming up
news
with
for
this
you.
shit? Where's he
That's a
That
coming up
hate
with
wasn't
this?
the.
crime.
That's what I want to know.
I got news for you. That double homicide there wasn't the only one he had on John. So let's say if he wasn't there, why would he ruin his fucking
His
his
deal.
agreement,
His deal. Yeah.
the deal when he could have talked about 3 other fucking murders? I mean, it just
Three
doesn't make
others,
sense.
like 10 others.
That what? Okay, I just don't remember. But
No, yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You
of
guys got to
course.
remember
He's
too. Like when John and Sammy were sitting there, John wasn't famous yet.
yeah, he was.
No, well, he was known, but he wasn't famous. He didn't kill the
Not
boss
until
yet.
after the Castellano hit, then he really
Yeah,
Right,
became
about
famous.
6 months after. I mean, that
yeah,
he could have been like a recognizable face. It wasn't right
right,
off the bat.
right.
But he was kind of like in the news back
Yeah,
then, like when his son
yeah, he was
died.
in the. Yeah, he was locally
They
known
Yeah,
for
reported
sure.
on
I
it.
didn't know who he was.
And
You didn't know who he was in the early 80s?
No,
Before 85? No.
no, my neighborhood's a world apart until that whole thing happened. And if you don't, especially for a kid that's 12, 13 years old, ask
Yeah.
Howie if he knew anybody from my neighborhood.
At what
Howie.
age?
At 12, 13.
Oh no.
no, I'm talking about the general public, like adults and shit in New York who knew who John Gotti was. The thing that happened with his kid and everything else, and that he was you know he was at least known to people in the area, like adults and shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, Howard Beach and Ozone Park like that, but I don't know about like Bushwick and Bensonhurst.
yeah. Like maybe he made a couple of articles, and yeah, okay, they,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't
Like
like
Fritzy.
he wasn't famous, like like he was after he killed
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Paul.
For
Like as
sure.
soon as they see him, they'll be like, "Holy shit, that's
Yeah.
John Gotti," you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He got
Well,
like Fritzy.
I'm just saying, how can two people say their names and then not be able to describe the people that are fucking talking about them?
Yeah, maybe they were lying.
It just doesn't
Liars.
make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense what he's saying. You know?
He
Yeah.
don't make sense. He don't make comment. He don't make. I think we're here to make fun of him, not to prove that he don't make sense, because we know he don't make sense, and
He's
a
confusing
fucking,
me.
Yeah,
he's confusing. This is the best. This is the best attention he gets when we fucking fuck with him, because nobody even listens to his show.
Well, if I
Yeah.
didn't know any better, I thought he was Jerry fucking Capici over here or something.
I'm still a little bit up in the air about them actually being there myself.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure that John and Sammy were sitting there watching.
Well, I was
Okay.
saying before that I didn't think it really. I believe Sammy might have been there, but that story he tells when they drove up to him, and he rolled the window down and looked out to make sure the guy was dead. I don't believe that. That's just fucking crazy.
Yeah, right. I mean, just saying, like, I don't know. It's just like,
Okay, now is Sammy the type to fucking embellish his story, which is a big story because he's not in it? Yeah, yeah. Like if he wasn't into that hit, does it
Right.
hurt him because he wasn't there? He's the type. He's a
yeah,
I wasn't there. I don't know for sure. I would say
no.
I'm
I
not
know.
100%
I
on
think
it,
he
you know what I mean?
was, but I also do feel that he will involve himself in a lot more things just to make people think he's more involved.
Exactly.
Well, how about this? That book, Underboss, his famous book. How much of that book is true? All the shit in there, all those stories.
Oh, now years later, that I think maybe, I don't know, 60%.
Wow.
But like, which one in particular? Like, I don't remember. I don't remember that book off the top.
Because
of
there's a
Yeah,
lot of
I-
stories in that book. He tells the whole story, bro. I mean,
I
even the
never-
hit.
I never read
The 16-year-old kid. That's a lot of bullshit in that story.
yeah, I never
Oh,
read
okay.
it, so I don't know.
I read it. It was
Yeah,
it was a
I'm not
great
sure.
book.
Yeah,
Peter Moss wrote it.
it is a great
That was
book.
one of them
Yeah.
that I called bullshit on. The other one was his brother-in-law.
Garofalo?
No, it's
No.
better.
Oh, Shabbat. Yeah.
Where he's
Shabbat.
begging, let me do it. I don't want you to torture him. He wanted to do that.
In the book, he said it was an order from Castellano. He didn't want to do it.
Yeah. And that, who was the guy who got blown up? The Chico.
Chico.
Yeah.
Tipped him off that they're gonna kill him, and he said, "No, I got to do it."
Well, that did come out, and because I heard Canarsie on another video or some other time, saying that Gravano was lying about that whole story too, and that Paul Castellano didn't. He's like Paul Castellano didn't even know who the fuck Nick Shabetta was or whatever.
Yeah.
But he got that from Junior because Junior said that in the Patrick Bet
Oh,
David interview. Junior said, "I'll bet you every hair on my whatever the fucking little phrase that he said is that Paul Castellano had no idea who the fuck Nick Shabetta even was." But that's not true though, because there's people that came forward that testified and gave corroborating information. Now what happened is that Shabetta had been doing drugs and some other shit, and he had pissed off Frankie DeChico and one of his relatives at a bar. He was getting into some shit with some guy or whatever, and he had been warned 2 or 3 times previously to cut out his shit. And DeChico's the one that went to Paul and asked for Shabetta's head. And he went and found out and told Sammy that brother-in-law was going to go basically. And Sammy said, well, okay, well, I want to make sure I want to be there then.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. Like the one that the mutant brought up, that about John Gotti telling him to take the fall for him. He doesn't have to tell me that. We don't believe that.
No one believes that.
No, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
There's nothing you could do according to a RICO. The boss is the boss. Anything his underlings do, he gets. And then he's on tape saying, "Yeah, I killed the guy. I got lied to, but I done it anyway. I was in the camp when they done that. I gave you."
So I'm gonna tell you, you go over there and say you did it. That doesn't even make sense.
No. But it's funny because in the videos, the way he talks is that he's telling people basically that you guys don't understand how this life works and how these rules. You didn't grow up in it. You don't know. You don't have any street sense, this and that. And then he goes and wants people to believe a story like fucking that.
Yeah, or like Junior got permission from fucking bosses to fucking sit down with the feds and talk about his father and his uncle's murders and Joe Watts and Danny Marino's murders. You know, like
yeah, he said Arnold Zeke Scuteri told him that it'd be a rap move. I think he said he went to Joe Curry, and he said he gave him his blessings, but he's gonna be called a rat. And then he said he went to Messina and Bastiano and one other guy. It was one of the capos in the Gambino family from Jersey. I just don't remember his name.
That was in respect to the 302s.
Yeah, that's what Junior was claiming in that interview.
Well, the problem is I don't even think Squitieri was in charge of the Gambino family during that time.
It would have been 2005.
Yeah, in 2005, I believe it was fucking either Jackie Knows or Nicky Carrazzo.
Yeah, it was. It was Jack D'Amico, Nicky Carrazzo, and somebody else, and there was a guy in a ruling panel.
So
too,
why is he even fucking asking Arnold Squitieri? Because he's fucking dead. That's why.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the fact that he had a real good relationship with his father, and he was like a trusted like old timer and shit like that. So I think he's using his name because he knows that they had a close relationship. Like that could have possibly been someone that he might have spoken to without worrying about whatever. But it's just ridiculous. It didn't happen. It's the bottom line. It didn't fucking happen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're just fucking making it. You know, we're just trying to prove something that never happened. That it didn't happen, and it just didn't happen. That's it. There's no reason to try to prove it didn't happen because it didn't happen.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen for sure. It's all part of that dead gangster society, blaming on the dead guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, they all do. You know who does a lot of that? And I'm gonna call it out. A lot of the people, the cooperators, do a lot of that stuff.
Oh, and the complete frauds.
No, I'm talking about when they're writing books or movies or whatever. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like you take me or Howie, and I could honestly say this. You ask us about something and we don't know it, we just say we don't know it.
Right.
These guys get into fucking dialogue. That's crazy.
I got no problem saying I don't know.
Me either. I've been doing it for fucking 5 years now.
I know enough. To why would I have to make up shit?
Not only that, I hold my position too. Sometimes it's like, well, I was just this, and I was lower than all, but I talk like that sometimes. And I believe that. There's other people that come out of nowhere and go, yeah, I was doing this, I was doing that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Carmine S says Nicky Carrazzo was in charge at the time. The only reason why I'm not sure is because it was around that time that it transitioned from Jackie D'Amico, because Nicky, I believe, either got off a supervised release or something, but it was around that time.
Yeah, and it was like a year or so after I think Peter Gotti wound up getting life or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I can tell you for sure that fucking Nikki was the boss in 2007, because I just knew that's when I started coming back around really, like the end of '06, '07. But yeah, but I also remember taking a ride to the city with JoJo, Tony Muscatello, Rock, and maybe somebody else I forget, to go see Jackie in Manhattan. So I don't know if he got. I don't know what the actual standings were at that time, but I know it was Jackie, and then it went to Nikki, and then after that, Cephalou and all of those other guys.
Yeah, so you have to ask yourself, why didn't he talk to Jackie D'Amico, get permission from the guy who was actually the boss of the family to find out if it was all right if you did that then?
Right. Why didn't he just fucking get in touch with Joseph Carrazzo, the lawyer, to ask his father?
Well, his father was dead at the time.
Furbo
No,
asked a good
no,
question.
no. Joseph Carrazzo to ask Jojo Carrazzo
Oh,
Sr.,
to ask Jojo. Oh, okay, my
who
apologies. I
was
thought you meant Junior's dad, yeah.
consigliere at the time.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
he
instead he named a bunch of other guys and 3 people from different families that have nothing to do with his family. What's the point of that?
Right. And what is he trying to say, that he spoke to these people personally?
That's what he
Like,
claims.
yeah, that would be fucking totally fucking impossible. Where the fuck was Arnold Squarcieri in 2005?
Oh, I think in regards to him, I think he said he passed him a message or something like that. But
That's what I'm saying. Like, it would
but
be
through
real.
who?
It would be real easy to pass the message to the Carrazzos through Joseph the lawyer,
Right.
and they were basically in charge. So,
And they wouldn't have been calling him a rat if he wouldn't reach
and
out to them and get
besides
permission
that,
anyways.
when I was out, they were already fucking calling Junior a rat.
That's what I'm saying.
When in 2006, or whenever around that time, 2006, 2007, Junior was already being called a rat, and I believe in 2005 is when JoJo told Casman forget about Junior
Oh yeah.
in that wiretap conversation.
Mm.
Definitely either 2005 or 2004.
Where's
Well, what's his
Gunsmoke? He went
face?
to whack off.
What's his face should have he got all the paperwork. He says he should have that paperwork then too, right?
Huh?
Paperwork boy.
Huh?
Huh?
Who's control?
Eh?
What
Huh?
is this that's up on the screen?
I don't know, some propaganda from Casperosa. He wants common sense to read it.
What does it say? I can't see that
It's a
small, man.
community post that Casperosa just put on his channel. You guys should check it out.
Can somebody read it? Because
Oh, fuck. All right, hold on. Let me go to Casperosa's channel. Let me see. Hold on. This
The
motherfucker.
Carrazzos had a great relationship with the Sicilian faction, Carmine, through Bobby Vinay's. I was at dinner with JoJo, Bobby, and Cephalou. They had a good relationship with those guys.
It's a lot to read here. God damn it. Fuck.
I can read it. Hold on. I can read it. I had to zoom in a lot though.
I could spell.
I'm just trying to read this. I gotta go back and forth on my phone. I can only see
A
half
lot
of
of
that time.
propaganda. A lot of propaganda.
Gotti had not provided with any evidence whatsoever. Okay. Moreover, assuming Gotti met with Mr. Bastiano, Metropolitan. How
Mr.
could Mr. Gotti, a
Bastiano.
Gambino Kaplan, as the presentation consent has been approved?
Motherfucker.
Certainly won't expect the lesson Gambino.
God damn it, Casperosa.
Oh, okay, yeah. So about anything to claim otherwise undermines extensive structure.
Joe a Curry
Oh,
boy.
hold on. I just clicked the. Oh, okay. So obviously, These meetings didn't happen and suggesting that they did.
I could see it perfectly if you want me to read it.
No, I'm done now.
Yeah.
I just got that first page. Is there more to that?
I guess not. No.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's basically saying what we were saying is that Jackie the Nose was the boss at the time, and they checked all his visitor logs and everything else when he was at the MCC, and not one of these people, like Curie or Zook Scuteri, was mentioned on that visiting list. And it doesn't make any sense that he would reach out to two alleged bosses of the Bonanno crime family to discuss a Gambino crime family matter and not go directly to the boss of his own family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've said that before.
Yeah. Yeah. That's basically what we said pretty much. Yeah.
Motherfucker.
The bottom line is it does not make any sense.
It never happened. It's a lie. But it's good to bring up as much things as possible to prove that it's a lie, because you know how some people are. You have to hit them in the head more than once before they comprehend.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, I don't know when. Do you know, Casperos? Do you know when he was moved to the MCC after he got that indictment? Because that's the other issue, is the timeline not making any sense either. So when you add up these couple of things and the change of stories and the rest of the shit, the guy's he's a fucking liar. And apparently it runs in the family.
Fucking liar. All right, hold on.
It is what it is, man. You
That's
fucking
just
lie
the
like that.
truth. I refuse to give them a fucking inch. Yet all of you cannot wait to have them on. You let a guy on who's beat women, who has stalked women, and then you brag about it.
Is that Gene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but a fucking click or a like or review is not worth me lowering my fucking standards to satisfy idiots who love rats, low-life stalkers, and rapists.
I want
He's
to
not
fuck
gonna do
him
it.
all.
I don't even know. It's like
You know how, I mean, you know how,
I mean, do you fault, let's say, Gail King, right? Gail King, Oprah Winfrey, she does, she's on CBS. Let's say she
Yeah.
interviews O.J. Simpson when he was alive. Now we know O.J. Simpson did some horrible shit. He got away with it, right? Is Gail King a motherfucker or a piece of shit or lowering her standards or fucking?
Yeah, well, yeah, because she's a journalist. He's not. He's just a fucking.
Content creators on YouTube are trying to be journalists, okay? It doesn't matter who they speak to. It doesn't make them a rat or not a rat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're supposed to be partial, and the whole thing about that is
exactly. Yeah.
They're clowns. These guys are people who fucking, they got flaws, bro. I told you already. This guy got an identity crisis. I like to laugh at him. I don't like to take him seriously because I don't.
Yeah, that's why we're playing this. That we
yeah,
just
exactly.
That's
when you guys were on. I was saying I want to be on with you guys because this is fun. Brett's like, stop. You know, we can't do this.
It's so fucking ridiculous that it's funny.
Yeah, it's comedic value at its best.
The guy's been a clown all his life, dressing up as Elvis and doing all kinds of shit.
Would you say you're entertained though? I guess I'm. It's entertaining. I guess.
Well,
you're not entertained.
No, I'm entertained. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he takes himself seriously is the funny part to me.
Well, to come online and say all this shit to begin with, how many years has he been doing this shit?
That's why every time he pops up, we I'm sorry, Howie. But every time he pops up, it's like fucking. You know what? Let's go round 3. You're fun. You're stupid.
Yeah.
You're
That's it. Right. Every time he starts talking that shit, he's directing that shit towards us, and I take it personal because I know how much of a fucking punk he is. Because he speaks about rats in general. He's talking about all the content creators that speak to us. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And he says in the beginning, if you think it's about you, then fuck you.
Right. So I think it's partly about me, motherfucker.
Then he told you.
I feel insulted too.
And then the other funny part is that he's talking about people having a set of morals and stand on your principles and not, platform or have anything to do with fucking rats. And then he talks about how the only person he respects on here is R.J. Rogers and Tom LeVecchia.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then it goes and James Proctor because James Proctor's up the fucking up Angel's ass.
Exactly.
And then when he said, "I can give you 52 reasons why you guys don't know what you're talking about."
Subliminal. Wow. No
Yeah, that
subliminal
was
I
this
fucked
could give
up.
him 52 kicks
to
in the
you
ass.
and Brett too.
You didn't
Oh,
hear
yeah?
that part yet.
Oh yeah, he said that. I didn't hear that part when I
Yeah, we
listened
gotta
to
get
it.
to that part.
I missed that.
Yeah.
That I don't know what
That's
I'm
fucked
talking
up.
about.
Well, I don't know. He just said 52.
He's probably mad at Brett now too. Yeah.
Fuck him.
Motherfucker.
That's why I should go look for him.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I'm like,
Look,
damn, I really didn't hear that part.
He started with the pizza wars in the 70s, the ones that were going on between Galante and Paulo Gambino, between the Sicilian factions of both families. Little did he know that my brother died during that time. You know, my brother passed away on a serious note. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
And then after I covered that, he was gonna do a fucking month-long fucking thing on the whole Pennsylvania commission. You know, going after fucking these people, and he stopped. I wish he wants to talk fucking organized crime with me, we can do it, but I'm only going to talk about things I know. I actually think he's pretty good at it. I think he loses himself after he involves himself in it, like he has some kind of fucking position. That's what the bad thing about this kid is, that, and it shows his mental illness.
He's biased, you know. Anything he'll lie to.
Well, not just biased though. He's fucking, the guy thinks he grew up in a family of organized crime figures, man, and he didn't. That's demented.
And peanut cups
Right.
that smell like
He wants to be
Yeah,
like a
he
fucking
incorporates
mob.
himself.
He wants to be like a mob-connected radio host.
Mhm.
It's fucking. He acts like there's not proof for people like Jared that have come out and spoken about how the dude's from fucking Virginia Beach. I mean, when you know he heard this shit. So how are you still gonna come on here with a straight face and tell people about your gangster family and growing up in fucking Rhode Island when you're from Virginia Beach?
No self-awareness.
He would
I
be.
mean, that's crazy. That's the literal definition of fucking crazy.
He would be successful if he would just tell the truth.
I agree.
For some reason though, he feels like he needs that protection of the AOK from over there for some fucking reason to do his show.
He's looking for them new subscribers to Angel's channel.
It's something.
Motherfucker.
I love the fact that I'm responsible for giving him the name Honolulu Jeff, because he came into that, he put this avatar, he gave himself he de-lumped all the features in his face and gave himself a fucking tan.
Yeah, it was nice.
And he became fucking Honolulu Jeff, just like that.
It's a great name too. It's like Maximus Aurelius, you know. It's like a great name.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a family story about how they were in fucking Hawaii when fucking whatchamacallit, they bombed Pearl Harbor over there or something. That's coming next.
Yeah, because his dad was Navy. That's true. That's true, and not because he said it. That's because Jared said it. And the area he's in, it's a naval area.
He's just.
But I mean, where did he come up with this shit though? Like, where did this come from?
I don't know. He needed an
Like,
identity that I don't know.
That's the $1 million question right there. Is when did he first start this shit, and where the hell did it come from? That's what I want to know.
It had to be with his interest in the mob, I guess, you know. Or when his brother gave him the tape at the video store.
Yeah, so when he's talking about people being the ultimate fanboys and all this shit, I mean, he's talking about himself. Then.
Yes,
Robin Blockbuster Video.
Of course.
Yeah, he's just mad that when he first came out, he was the only one doing it. So obviously, you know, he was the only one. But then, as soon as the new content creators came out, his show went to shit.
God damn it!
Yeah, he could blame himself for that. He'll be on his panel soon with the noose around his neck, you know.
See, the problem is, right, is if you get caught in lies, now no one knows whether or not you're telling the truth anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, you can tell 1,000 truths. You say one lie, then fucking everyone thinks you're lying from there on.
Yeah, it's the old expression. You could do 99 good things in life. That one thing you do bad, that's the one they're going to remember you by.
He's been out there shilling for Joey. I like that. When he was shilling for Joey.
OJ is a prime example of that.
I could just imagine what he'd be saying about.
He was loved. He was Hollywood. Everybody loved him.
Before that, yeah.
For an African American man in the 70s, he was one of the most popular, you know. Sammy Davis, him.
Yeah, he was
Commercials
one of
and
the
shit.
first he was a crossover athlete, the first black that did, endorsement deals and shit,
I mean, even the black community gave up on him because he thought he was favoring the white community too much. And then when that happened,
Well, he
you
said,
know,
"I'm not black. I'm OJ."
yeah, he said a lot of stuff, and then when that he left his wife for a white woman, they didn't like that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things going on. But
Ima-
when you,
Imagine if Joey said he did know Loman, how he'd be talking about Joey.
I want to apologize to my friend Jeff.
That episode's coming up soon too. I'm sure. I want to apologize for what I said to Joey and Schnoff and Nidu.
Well,
Yeah.
was gonna come. He took that what you guys are listening to. He took that off.
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed
Did
it,
he?
and that's why it's floating. Yeah, yeah. An hour later, he erased that whole, but somebody grabbed it in time.
What? What did he erase?
The shit we're
The
listening to now, I guess.
yeah, how
No,
do
that
you
shit.
No,
The shit.
I just heard it today.
No, the shit
on
we're listening to
on
is
his panel?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he took it out. Somebody said he
Yeah,
took
it
it
looks
out.
like that's on
and
his
No,
he
channel.
found it.
no.
No, I just watched.
Podcast
I just saw.
Warehouse.
I just
He's
saw
Oh
playing
it
wow,
it
an
he's
right
hour
left.
now.
ago.
He's got balls now.
Let me
Gunsmoke
see.
is playing the show right now.
Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Let me
No,
make
it
sure.
is. I
Is that him? Yeah.
I just watched this smoke like
yeah.
2-3
I,
hours
Okay,
ago.
no,
I
I
just
know. I
sent you
believe
the
you. I
link.
believe you. Yeah,
Gunsmoke. I just sent you the link. I didn't
Yeah,
send
yeah,
you a
yeah.
pre-recorded. Yeah.
yeah. My bad.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty shit here. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
more. I want to hear more Skinny Joey insults, man. Come
Go
on.
ahead. You'll
And
get
I've
there.
always said, and I always will, people got the right to do whatever the fuck they want.
That's right.
But I have the right to call you what the fuck you are, and you are a fucking mark. That's what you are.
Mark ass
You're a
trick,
fucking mark.
Buster ass trick.
And if you aren't going to do any fucking research, then don't say nothing about the guy.
I'll
If
do
you
my
just wanna sit
Wikipedia.
there and regurgitate what rats fucking say, and what the Fed's narrative of that is, and you're not going to bother to spend a dime to look into it for yourself, then what the fuck are you doing?
Fuck you, because you got Pacer. I'm not buying that shit.
What are you doing? That
Spend
just
enough
makes you a
shit.
jerk off. If you're going to invest in your product, if you're going to invest in your business, invest in the truth
You say you don't care about views.
and give your audience both sides of the coin. But none of you do that. It's always, oh, I'm pissed at Angel Gotti this week, so I'm going to dog her father. Oh, I'm pissed at Angel Gotti this week, so I'm going to dog her brother and call her brother a fucking rat. And we've already proved on this show multiple times. And that's the other funny thing with some of you
What?
is you can go, well, John Gotti Jr.'s out with the Feds. He's a
Yeah,
rat. Okay,
yeah.
the streets may say that, but
Yeah.
we proved on this show multiple times
What'd you prove, boy?
with paperwork and
What?
with testimony from people that whole entire thing
Uh-huh.
was green lit by Joe Messino and everybody else. Vinnie
So that makes it okay? The 302? And whatever happened there? Whatever happened there?
Bastiano was going to do the same fucking thing, but he wasn't able to because the guy in the case, I think it was D'Angelo, turned bad. We showed the paperwork. And so my question for some of you is,
What?
can you distinguish between your hatred for somebody's sister and daughter or some...
I'm looking at it from an objective view. I don't have a hatred, I don't think. There's no hatred there. I don't have no malice. There's no larceny there. The guy sat down and did a 302. That's it. Done. Well, what's the problem? Nobody cares. Just admit it and move on. Making a big fucking deal about it. They know this shit for 20 years now. 20 fucking years. But don't fucking get on there and lie about it. Like, oh, it's okay because Joe Messino said, who the fuck is he? He cooperated too, goddammit. And Bastiano's got to sit there in that shithole and fucking take it. He's got to eat it. It's fucked up. Got this jag off on here talking shit. What happened to you guys? What was this fucking?
I was waiting to hear the tape. I'm
God
waiting to hear the fucking tape.
Obviously, you went to
out of relation versus what the truth is.
What's the
Why
truth?
am I the only one that came out here and showed the paperwork and said, this is untrue and here's why? With proof from court testimony.
But what about the 302 paperwork? That's the only paperwork that matters.
You're in your right to sit back and say, well, from a street perspective, fine. You can use that argument with me.
But you look at that YouTube from a street perspective, boy. Oh, you don't talk to rats. You're going to interview rats. The show's going to be shit. And then come on here and complain about it, boy.
Watch, he starts calling him
If
a
it's
poker.
signed off on the highest tiers of organized crime, they're cool with it. They were okay with it. Why aren't you? Because wouldn't that, if you really break it down to what it is, if the mob signs off on John Gotti Jr. proffering or whatever the fuck it is that went down, and I'm not saying it didn't, okay? If they signed off on it, doesn't that make them fucking rats too? Doesn't that make Vinnie Bastiano a fucking rat too? Because he was going to do the same thing. You're going to.
He's going to have some jagoff online.
Right.
Well,
That's why they would. That's why they wouldn't sign off on it. You fucking moron. Because it would make them rats too.
Last thing he needs is just have this jagoff say that shit about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Well, no, because he never did. He only didn't because somebody that was going to back up his bullshit, Joey D'Angelo, whoever it was, maybe I'm getting the first name wrong, but it didn't happen because he went bad. But wouldn't that make everybody who was involved and knew about that a fucking rat, according to the streets? It would, and those are just the facts. The problem is with some of you, you don't like the sister, you don't like the brother, so you're just going to weave that. And the one thing you can't argue me on is the facts of the paperwork.
Yeah, stop right there.
There's paperwork there.
Now, when Joey Molino said it, he wasn't having a problem with Angel. Right? He's trying to say that everybody says that because they don't like Angel or they have a problem with Angel. But when Joey Molino said that he was a rat,
yeah, he didn't have no issues with it.
He didn't have any
That's when it
issues
became
with
a
her.
thing.
Yeah.
It's not about that. I'm sure some people do that, or they bring it up when they're
This
mad
is
at her.
his sickness, man. This is like that Hinckley guy with Chapman that we talked about on Sunday, and that other kid talked about yesterday. But we brought it up. It's a sickness. He's infatuated with this guy. Who knows what he's up to? You know what I mean?
He's being Catcher in the Rye, plotting.
Yeah, he's got the J.D. Salinger's book next to him as we speak.
Did you hear about the second guy that tried to kill Trump on the golf course? He was looking to buy a fucking bazooka.
Yeah, he was
or a missile or some shit. He was gonna fucking what a fucking nut. Anyway,
it proves it. And if there wasn't paperwork, then I wouldn't be as agitated by it. That's just the truth. That's just the truth, the way I see it. But some of you just don't want to call it both ways or down the middle. And the reality is, none of you would have said that shit to John Gotti. None of you. None
say
of you.
what?
I wouldn't even say this shit. I got to be.
Oh, so you say it to Joey Molino, you won't say it to John Gotti, huh? Didn't they call Joey Molino the John Gotti at Passyunk Avenue or something? I don't know. I might have heard that somewhere. That's a lie too, huh?
Dude, he wouldn't say anything to Hootie.
Well, I'm not
Okay.
Hootie? Yeah, nah, he ain't saying shit to Hootie. Hootie probably knock his ass out.
Yeah, Hootie will fuck him up for sure.
But you guys have got to start telling the truth, or just do your homework. It's okay if you have
telling the truth.
Jesus,
this is my point. This is where people are going to distort what I'm about to say.
Get pacer.
You are entitled to have whatever opinion you want. I don't care what your opinion is, but when your opinion is backed by your
What the fuck you crying
emotions,
about?
then you're not telling the truth. Sometimes we have to, and I've had to. You know what? Angel will tell you this about me.
What?
Sometimes I have to say things about her father that I don't want to say because of my relationship.
You better tread carefully, boy. She'll tolerate that shit here and there, but you better watch what you say, boy. One misstep,
That's
you
why
playing with
she's
fire,
rubbing
boy.
his chest in bed.
Yeah. She has no qualms about getting rid of your ass, boy. She's done it to plenty of other people before.
She
better
actually
tread
thinks she's
carefully,
doing him
boy.
a favor, which she probably is.
Yeah. For sure.
With her and her family and whatever the case may be. And sometimes I gotta thread the needle a little bit because I don't.
That's right, boy.
She'll tell you this. I always tell the truth when it comes to that. I'll give you both sides of the coin.
I always tell the truth, even when I lie.
Perjuring himself on the stand repeatedly. But yet a motherfucker's going to put John Gleason on his show and not even ask him tough questions.
Johnny Gleason?
This is the shit I'm talking about. If you're in this genre because you enjoy history, the Jacob Stoopses.
The
to me,
fuck is that?
RJ
Jake
Rogers,
Stu
the three of
Guys.
us, okay? Me, Jake Stoops, and RJ Rogers, we cover the history. Everybody else just, I don't know what the fuck they do, to be honest with you. Because half the shit they get wrong or they just invent shit that's never happened.
Right.
That's just the truth. Show me paperwork. And if you
Fuck
don't
your
believe me,
paperwork.
this is what I want all of you to do.
What?
You can not like me. You can say whatever the fuck it is you want about me.
What do you want me
can
to do?
label me. I don't give a fuck.
Uh-huh.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm listening.
But I want you to go to all of these other shows.
Yeah.
And I want you to see how many videos they have. Just go through like the first 2 minutes. See if they show you any paperwork. They're not. They won't. They don't. They just tell you it's so. Or they pull up an article from like the New York Post, which is a
Who's he talking about? He's got to be talking about Casperosa, right?
He's
Or is he
talking
talking
about
about
he's talking about
what to do?
everyone.
No,
He,
no.
he
There's people
he's
doing
acting
that
like
shit?
he's acting like he's got fucking the paperwork to prove it. He doesn't even have.
Oh,
the
he's an
paperwork.
authority.
He's gonna buy it just like everybody else. You go on his fucking Pacer or whatever. Well, I don't know how much they paid for it. These sick fucks. $600 or something to get people's paperwork, monthly subscription. Sick fucks out there, man. Looking up people's information.
Is that how much it costs? $600 a month.
I don't know. I'm exaggerating, you know. I don't fucking. I never looked into it, but I know it costs a
That's what
lot.
he's talking about. People like you exaggerate.
Oh, well, fuck me. Fuck me. No, he's definitely talking about me too. Yeah, one of those YouTube
He's
assholes.
talking about everybody.
Thinks he knows it all.
If you think it's you, it's you.
Yeah. No, I'm a fucking know-it-all, you know. Whatever.
fucking joke.
All right.
You know, do they pull up court testimony? Do they pull up transcripts? Do they pull up surveillance reports? Do they do any of that? No. Me, RJ, and Jake are the only three on YouTube who do that.
What do you want, a
We're the
fucking
only three who do
award?
it.
You want a fucking parade?
What do you say, me,
There's not
RJ, and
enough
who?
for us to say this is my
And some guy. I don't know who the fuck
That's
that
all.
is.
That's all Casperosa does is pull up transcripts. So I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He jerks off the transcripts. You got transcripts he never even released. Fucking. That he's been teasing for a decade. I'll release them next month. You'll see.
No, this is my
Goddamn.
opinion based on what I'm about to present to you. None of these people do that shit. Instead, they pick up a fucking book off a motherfucking shelf,
Yeah.
or they read an article, or they take somebody else's work and they regurgitate it, and they just lie and inflate. You don't have to. This is organized crime, and I'm gonna tell you guys the biggest fucking secret to this genre.
What is it?
And
Please.
this is gonna help the people I don't fucking like in the genre.
Help me.
If you just simply went and read,
The Bible?
say through the Freedom of Information Act,
Oh.
you
Fuck
read
that.
800 pages on
Joe Bonanno.
Joe Bonanno. Do you realize you're going to have 30
that-
shows you can do on 200 pages?
I already read his book. I got it from the source. I don't need
No
to read
way.
his. Huh? What they call him? Don Pepino. Remember Don Pepino? Who was that? I forgot who Don Pepino was. I think that was Magadino. Anyway, you guys don't give a shit about mob history. You fucking fanboys.
Do you realize that you would have so much to talk about, which is why when people go, well, the mob genre, they only talk about the same shit. I'm the only one who doesn't talk about the same shit.
Are you sure?
I got shit that nobody does. I've talked about shit that nobody ever will because they're too fucking lazy to do the research. And listen, people are going to pay for what they want to pay for. But the reality is that it's laziness. It's laziness.
He's knowledgeable. I'll give him that. He's knowledgeable. What the fuck?
Yeah, he is, but he repeats himself. There's not that much people.
But
It's
what
not that
good
much
is
to
it?
talk about.
What good
Huh?
is it if he's gonna lie in between?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like how if he's knowledgeable, right? And he's lying and being biased towards the Gottis and making up fucking stories in their favor. How the fuck can you tell when he's ever telling the truth then?
Motherfucker.
That's a good point. Yeah, OC Short, she's good.
Shit.
There's a lot of good
Nobody
guys
gives a
out
fuck.
there. He ain't
Yeah.
one of them.
Who, Loman? No.
No, I wouldn't fucking believe anything he says anymore.
And you know who's fucking going down the toilet too? Is that Bernstein.
He's another fucking idiot.
Fucking egghead from fucking Batman.
Who has better stories, him or Bernstein?
Bernstein, I think, you know, with the problem with Bernstein, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I think that somebody feed him or fucking with him, like
Yeah,
off on a burner phone,
right,
and he's just too stupid and believes it.
His stories are
right,
action packed though.
right,
Like, it's gonna be big shootouts and cars
right.
exploding.
He's like misinformed and too much of a moron, or he doesn't have enough common sense to realize when he's
They're
being
fucking with him.
misinformed. But
Ill
meanwhile, this guy
advised.
Loman is just blatantly lying.
Yeah, he lies.
Hey, Howie, how funny is it that I literally been saying that for how long now? About the Bernstein guy?
Yeah,
You have comment. I give you credit for that. You have.
I've been
Like
saying
a lot of
forever.
other
He's
good
one of
stuff.
these idiots that'll pick up
Not
the
credit.
phone
I
and
mean, you bring always the good points, you know?
yeah. He's getting information from guys like fucking Chicky and fucking
yeah.
Yeah, it's like me, you, if me and Carmen and you got on the phone and let's fuck with this guy, you know, what family you with? We're with the Genovese.
yeah. Right.
You
It's a
know?
shame because
They'll be sending us a deposit before fucking midnight.
Yeah, you want to know the next news? You got to give me some money. Who do you
But
know?
but he's another guy. If he would fucking put out, real information, he does a good job at it too. But
Yes,
these,
that's
yes.
what I'm saying. Yeah, because he's been part of documentaries. He's got these books out. I mean, some pretty good books. That Mafia Prince shit and some other shit. He did some shit with about Jimmy Hoffa
yeah,
documentary. That
the
was
only
pretty
No, he's
good.
a
thing is
journalist. He's an
you don't
ex-prosecutor.
you can't tell if he's fucking if it's true or not because he is, he doesn't fucking he have reliable sources.
Yeah, well, he's
You know what
very
fucked him up was that Gunner situation.
yeah. That
Oh my
was the
god.
beginning of the
Yeah.
end. That hurt
These
his
guys,
credibility. Yeah.
That was the headshot right there.
yeah, these guys don't understand that it helps them when they admit that they made a mistake and retract it. It helps them. It shows that they have integrity and they're willing to say
Yeah.
they made a mistake.
He bought into his bullshit. Look, that guy talks a mile a minute. He'll probably talk you. Should be a car salesman or something. Guys hopped up on Ritalin talking a mile a minute. The Cocos, the Taco, whatever the fuck.
No, he
Tocos.
uses sports ad analogies. He is the guy who makes it happen. He is like the Michael Jordan of the Genovese family, and
He talks like a wrestler. We're gonna put this in your sphincter. Blah, 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 I remember just him in the woods talking shit about people, like a sick fuck.
In the woods.
Yeah, he would be like on some fishing expedition or something in the woods. He'd be
that
in a
was
bush.
Gunner.
Yeah, Gunner. Yeah,
Gunner.
Oh,
talking shit.
Gunner. Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I could understand why the guy bought into his bullshit because Gunner talks a mile a minute.
yeah,
I'm a
but that
Toko,
just
you're a
goes to show
Toko.
you he didn't do any research on the guy.
Right, exactly. That's
Yeah,
exact.
so
In,
maybe
in in his own town and own city where he claims he's an expert.
yeah, it's a shame. That's a disgrace. So I guess Canarsie gets 1 point on that, right? I guess he gets a point.
No, I just still
No,
think
they both suck.
Kanasi just blatantly lying. This guy, he just fucking believed Gunner.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, perfect.
that's true. Yeah.
Canarsie is a pathological liar with identity crisis,
Hmm.
and fucking Bernstein is a gullible bastard.
He's misled. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a dope.
About some random fucking gangster in Pocatello, Idaho. I get it. But if you find out that that motherfucker is related to this one, that one, and he might have been involved in this murder, now you have a show. Now you have entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's why when people ask me, oh, do you watch mob content? Jacob Stoops, RJ Rogers. That's it. Those are the only two people I will indulge. That's the only other people I will indulge because I think they come at it from a very honest angle. Oh, and Tom Lavecchia. I like Tom's stuff. They come from a very honest place. They don't need to invent a narrative. They don't have to stand on the side of a fence. I have had to stand on the side of a fence my whole entire fucking life with this.
Fence
And I've
sitting.
been at it longer than anybody. And it's because of friendships and relationships I have that I have to be that way. Because it would be so much easier for me to have on every fucking rat, talk about current shit, but I won't do it. I won't do it. It's not right. And I'm certainly not going to put a name and a fucking title to a guy's name online like some of these fucking sicko fucks do. And that's going to bring me to my last thing. Stop talking about Gene Gotti. You don't know what you're talking about. You're inventing bullshit. I don't know where this starts, where it begins. But I'm going to tell you this.
What?
Watch.
When a man does 30 years in prison, gets out, the last fucking thing he is going to do, especially when you have, what is it, lifetime parole, whatever it is, meaning he cannot talk to anybody that's a felon. And the way that New York is wired, especially with the FBI and whatever is left of the organized crime task squads, I think there's 2 now, covering 5 families because everything was sort of directed to terrorism and all of that. If Genie Gotti coughed next to a felon, he is going back to fucking prison. And if you think the Gottis being who they are, the FBI isn't watching everything that goes on, you're out of your fucking minds. So stop talking about a man who you know nothing about. Stop saying shit and putting him in the mix of shit that he's not involved in. You make yourself look fucking stupid. Or I have a suggestion. For the motherfucker that keeps saying this, I will pay for your little shitty train ticket from fucking Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where the cows bang.
Oh.
And I will take you to Genie's house, and I'll let you knock on his door and say that shit to his face. You ain't going to do that.
Oh, he's going to escort him to fucking Gene Gotti's door?
You ain't either.
Hey, Gene, how are you? I brought the dude here. He's got something to say to you, G. What the fuck are you guys doing?
You?
Yeah, like, what the fuck are you doing here? What the fuck are you?
They both get their asses. They're both coming out.
I can just picture it, bro.
Fucking head cast, both of them.
I can just picture it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I got to take a little trip over the Valley Stream and fucking.
Yeah. Well, I guess according to him, Gene Gotti's in a fucking hell of a lot of trouble because he just went to a funeral with a whole bunch of fucking felons.
Fucking shit.
But you ran to the fucking nut ward. Scared gangsters were going to kill you. Because you're a bitch. You're a bitch.
Because you a bitch.
That's what happens to people who lie. I'm going to tell you another secret nobody seems to understand in this genre.
You're crazy.
Mob guys don't care if you tell the truth. They really don't. When they care and when they get mad is when you lie about them. That's when they react. And if you think they're not watching everything you fucking say, and I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to people like that. They're going to be stupid enough to come here to the city, or they're going to go down to South Philly, and they're going to get caught in a place because somebody's going to recognize them, a call is going to be made, and they're going to crack your head open. That's how it works. I told this idiot before, you're playing with fire, you have no idea.
So he's snitching, man.
That's my point. If you're covering shit from a historical aspect, honest to God, nobody's going to give a shit. The minute, though, that you start, like, making shit up, like Scott Bernstein does and some other people, the minute you start making shit up and putting heat on guys for no fucking reason, that's when you're going to have a problem. And if you think I'm full of shit, just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Trust me. I've had more than one conversation in my life with a guy who was upset with me because he felt like maybe I went too far with something. I've never hid that. I've always been honest about that. You guys don't understand the men you're dealing with. You don't understand the ramifications. These are serious men. These are men who do what they do for a living.
But he'll talk shit about Joey Molino, call him all these names in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's easy to sit in a home your parents bought you. It's easy to sit at home and, I'm just going to say whatever. Say whatever. Fuck around and find out. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. And I tried to save a whole bunch of people I know a lot of misery, but they just don't listen because they think that the mob isn't going to react. They think that organized crime guys don't give a shit. Oh, they give a shit more than you think. That's why I only cover the history. I don't fuck around.
That's one thing he's right about. You can't underestimate and say the mob is dead. It's not completely dead.
I say that all the time, though.
And they might not kill you, but they will break your fucking legs and, crack you in the head like this guy said.
I know about 30 guys that weren't happy when I told the truth.
Shit. You can't handle the truth.
Yeah, I mean, for every fucking beating there's that gets reported, there's about 30 of them that don't.
That's true.
You can't fucking underestimate anybody fucking breaking your head open if you're talking about them.
Never.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, that's just fucking common sense,
No, common sense is on the panel.
Mob guy, mob guy, mob guy or not, fuck around and
Um,
you'll find out.
yeah, nah, yeah, they'll give you a beating in a second.
Yeah.
Fucking my boy.
Some other shit. There's no point. And the last thing I'm going to say is this.
What? Hurry up.
Wow.
Anybody who puts a man with a title with crimes is a piece of shit. You're a low life.
Okay, you stole DVDs. Is that bad?
He ratted when he stole them too.
Yeah, of course he was. Over DVDs.
I was Titanic when Harry met Sally.
I mean,
Lion
listen,
King.
going through a doggy door to get some DVDs is pretty gangster.
Yeah, he thought he hit the jackpot because Blu-ray DVDs came out.
Mhm.
I got Blu-rays.
They got good fellas.
Nobody else has these. Nobody else has Blu-ray.
Jesus Christ.
Now, if a guy gets indicted, all day long you say, you know what? It's alleged that this, that, and the third. All right, fine. I'm not going to argue with you. But don't put guys in positions and titles and shit like that. Because first of all, the FBI does hear you and they laugh at you because they know how stupid you are and how just totally out of left field you are. But more importantly than that, why don't you consider the fucking family, the grandchildren, the nieces, the nephews who have to listen to your bullshit? It's not right. You don't like.
That's the mob guy's fault.
He
Yeah.
sounds like a petty lawyer. He sounds like one of those fucking petty ass lawyers that comes up with fucking He's a pillar of our community.
Public defender.
When people accuse you of shit, but it's okay.
What's with those public defenders and those fucking ponytails, man? Well, why do they gotta show up to court like that, bro?
Ron Kuby look.
Yeah, they all got that Ron Kuby look. There was a guy for fucking at least 20 years. I think he was working
You don't
at
want
that
those
court in
guys,
Hempstead over there. Fucking ponytail, looking like a fucking hippie, coming into court defending people's fucking freedom. Sick bastard. Anyway, that's off the subject.
You do it.
That's what tomorrow.
It's not okay. Allegations are allegations until they become proof. Plain and simple, or conviction or whatever. That's why you're never going to see me ever go at anybody, call them a name, unless they've been convicted for some shit. I'm a felon. I got convicted. Hey, there you go. Pled guilty. There you go. Plain.
Well, yeah, you should. Well, I don't know. Talking about active guys and shit. I don't know.
What about?
If you're saying they're committing crimes or accusing them of committing crimes,
No.
that ain't right, right? That ain't right.
No.
That ain't cool. You want to talk about the history and shit, that's one thing,
Yeah, you gotta make sure that statute limitations are in place.
Yeah. You want to be helping the fucking feds build cases and shit. Let them do that on their own, yeah? Trust me, they're doing all the research too. I guess the dude's not getting anything they don't already have, right? It's not like this is news to the feds what he's talking about. What do you think he's
Some
getting? The fucking
content creators that'll do anything for fucking $150 a day, though, and we know who they are. They'll report anything. They don't give a fuck because they don't. There's no consequences, But there will be one day.
Yeah, one of these content creators gonna get their ass kicked.
If they keep it up.
A real ass whooping.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Simple. What am I going to do? Deny it? It's kind of stupid. But there are other people that like to lay stuff at people's feet. When they're convicted of it, okay, then I'm like, all right. But until then, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody does anyway. Like I said, whoever doesn't like this can take it whatever they want. I'm not trying to start a war with anybody. This was not even specific to one person. It's a totality. There is a difference between MobTube and the mob genre. I am not a part of MobTube. I never fucking will be. And that's the point. The genre, unfortunately, is associated with MobTube because I think a lot of us were sort of friendly with a lot of different people. And MobTube has its own corner of the stratosphere it deals in. But, it's a shame because I think there are some people out there like myself, RJ, and Jake who are really doing good stuff. There's some other people who just regurgitate everything you've ever heard. And I got to be honest, I don't like any of them. None of them. The only two people that I like that are in the mob genre exclusively, not in mob tube. There
Who
is
cares who he likes anyway?
I know, like, why would you like an authority, you know?
Right.
He's fucking King
he
Charles
is
over
right,
here.
but I don't consider mob tube the mob genre.
I don't even
But
like that
he-
name.
But he's
Call it the
part of
genre.
Mob too, but he doesn't even know it.
Right, because
Just because the way he acts, he has the
Yeah.
qualifications. Goofy bastard, lies, makes himself something. He's got Danny Trio syndrome mixed up with.
these mob tube channels don't even talk about the mob. You know,
No.
maybe they have once or twice in the past, or a couple
That was
times
many years
more.
ago now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a tentacle of a
that
mob.
was before it turned into fucking drama tube.
It hasn't been the same since.
Yeah.
Hit the like button, people. 100
Fucking
people in
right.
here. Praise Jesus.
Yeah, guy's weird.
Is he going to talk more shit about Merlino? It's not that bad. He started a little bit in the beginning, but then he kind of backed
Well,
off, started
I
talking
think
about
he's
other.
only like a fucking minute left, so just play it out.
Yeah, it's about like 5 minutes, 4 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Everybody else can get fucked.
Fucked.
That's just how I see
Get
it.
fucked.
So, I hope everybody's having a good weekend. This
Get
was recorded
fucked.
a couple of days ago.
I don't give a
am
fuck what
actually
you say. Have a good
in an
weekend.
undisclosed location for the weekend. So I
Ooh.
hope everybody's doing well.
Let's go to a secret place this weekend. A little secret getaway. Gee.
Like it, you like
Plato's
it.
Retreat.
If you don't, go fuck yourself.
Wow. He went from have a nice weekend to go fuck yourself. It's so classy. Hold on, let me rewind. Hold on.
He's at an
All right.
undisclosed
And welcome to
place.
Mob Talk Radio. I'm your host, Jeff Canorsi. I don't need to get a couple of things straight here. All right. Number one, I don't give a fuck who has clicks, views, likes, none of that
Fuck your views, man.
from Philadelphia. Yeah, you heard me. I called them a rat fuck.
Okay, hold on.
They know who I am. Let them fucking prove it.
Hold on.
Did John talk too much? He did. Okay, I don't think I've always said that. That's not going to sound strange to anybody. Did he not isolate himself enough? Right, he didn't. Okay? Nobody's ever going to sway me from saying that because that's the truth. Everybody knows that. But John was John. He was a motherfucking gangster, and so the fuck what?
What you gonna say, Hannah?
He only called Molino a cokehead because Junior called him a cokehead.
Oh, that's where you got it from, huh?
Yeah, of course.
Shit. So maybe it's not true.
Used to tell me he was a high-ranking active guy. Used to tell me all the time, I know who I am, they know who I am, let them fucking prove it. And John was wired very much the same way.
Not a good choice of words.
And what happens is these fucking YouTube lowlifes, and you know who you are, like Nadu and the ill-informed space alien, who I'm not going to name, they don't understand the men they're talking about. They don't understand the streets, the politics, or any of that. They just don't understand it. That's not something you can or learn by reading.
And then he goes after the fucking former boss of a family and says some dumb shit like he's saying. I don't know. You think Joey's going to let that slide? He's going to at least do a show about him now, right?
Nah, he's going to take it where it comes from. The guy's
he might say something. You never know.
But then if he says something, he should be worried if he doesn't say something. That's when this guy should worry.
Yeah.
If you don't get a response.
Yeah.
Because you get a response and then something happens to him, it could be a problem for Joey. If he didn't say nothing, huh?
I can see one of Joey's fanboys fucking cracking him for him.
Cracking him good though.
Maybe a little snuff does it.
No,
I got him, Joe.
Nah. I don't think he'll do a little snuff as a violent guy.
What if Joey tells him to do it?
He just made himself like 20, 30 fucking enemies in one, if not more, because people hate him already. A lot of people. But it's a matter of just. I'll tell you what. I don't think he's gonna stay up in New York City. He's probably gonna go down to fucking Virginia.
Didn't he say you ain't coming to the east side or something?
Yeah, that's because he's leaving the East Side, Lower East Side. He
Right.
ain't staying there. He's too scared.
Yeah, I mean, the guy. Listen, it's fucking 100% fact. When he thought A-Light was gonna do something to him, he fucking called Casparosa to help him get in touch with the feds. I believe. Yeah. Yeah. He hopped on that side when they were feuding. First, he was on A-Light's side talking bad about the Gottis, and then when him and A-Light went bad, he went on their side talk about bad about A-Light.
Yeah, I guarantee you won't stay up in the Lower
Yeah.
East Side.
You know why I don't believe that story about A-Light being sitting at the bed, whatever?
Why?
Because I don't believe he had to do that. I believe if he wanted to fuck him, he would have fucked him.
Touche.
he
That's
probably
good.
strolled into A-Light's room with a vacuum cleaner.
What are you doing
Yeah.
over there?
Yeah. If A-Light wanted
You
to
want me to
fuck
do
you, he
you want
would
me
have
to do you
fucked
your
you.
carpets?
He
Not
probably would have
entirely
liked it.
true.
It's
What,
probably.
what's not entirely true, Casparosa?
Oh no! What did you say?
Oh, here we go. You said the word the. It's supposed to be
How
and.
dare you? Thank you,
Maybe
Danny Santos.
he reached out to me after he fell out with A-Light, but it wasn't just to switch sides. He was worried Angel and I were going to sue him for defamation. He was shook.
I'll see
All
you in
right.
court.
So
Wait,
it was
what was he saying about you guys? Did it get him defamed? What was he doing with you? I didn't hear about
He
that.
said some pretty bad shit about Junior. Like you know,
yeah.
So that's why
Who,
she goes around
Canarsie?
saying that
When
shit,
he was on
bad
A-Light's
shit.
side, yeah.
threatening people with lawsuits
Oh
all over
yeah.
the place.
Yeah. I mean, stuff made up stuff that you don't say about nobody. You know, even people you don't like.
Oh, so he was
Well,
making up shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
basically he knew they were
well,
gonna
he
sue
told
him.
us. Don't you
They,
remember what he told us, Smoke, on that private show that day?
I can't remember, man.
The
No.
day when we fucking exposed fucking diddler over there. Remember?
Yeah.
Um, we were on a FBS show, and then we stayed on the live stream after the show, and this dude fucking turned his camera on. He was like half naked in a fucking like empty room with a bunch of like Pikachu dolls on the floor.
Yeah.
And
Showing
he
off his
told, and he,
tattoos.
yeah. And he told us, we weren't even talking about this. He brings this shit up out of nowhere. He goes, you guys know, I know the story about what really happened to Junior, right? And we're like, what do you mean what happened? What are you talking about? He's like, the fucking time he got stabbed or whatever. And he said it was two crackheads. We were like, oh yeah, over at the CVS or whatever in fucking Long Island. He goes, yeah, but it wasn't fucking two crackheads. His wife stabbed him because she found out he was cheating on her.
Wow.
You don't
And
remember that?
I kind of, well, I remember hearing that it was actually it was the wife doing it. I just don't remember where I heard it from, but I guess that's where I heard it from.
Yeah, that's where we
I do
heard it because
remember the
that's the only place.
situation now when the show
Yeah,
was
that's the only
over and
place
we
I
were
ever
still
heard it.
talking. Yeah.
Yeah, shit
all
was
right,
fucking weird.
That was like
so
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Jeff already looked into contacting the feds before he spoke to Casparosa. But anyway, yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, he was worried that he was going to get sued, and what better way to get out of it is to join the Gotti side to go at A-Light.
Mm-hmm.
Still the same, same result.
The Winja. He definitely sounded like the Winja. Who sounds like the Winja? Can
What are
I
you
say?
talking about?
I don't know. That's what Danny said. What up? I
Nah,
can't even pronounce it.
The Windsor is no longer on Team
Throat
Gotti.
skull.
She got fired.
Yeah, the
Damn.
Wigan. Yeah, nah,
Never
going
mind
girl
who I'm
scout.
friends with you.
She's back to the correction facilities looking for men.
She's got to make new friends.
Have you ever
Oh.
heard of John Gotti?
I once knew his daughter. We were friends to the end.
I wish somebody would do a real fucking documentary about this fucking YouTube in the past 4 years on all the flip flopping and the fucking lies and fucking characters. Oh my god.
It's too late.
Yeah,
I
but
would
like
definitely.
the actual truth though, not the
Yeah,
fucking
the truth,
bullshit.
right? I would.
And how are they gonna
fucking,
find it? A lot of shows have been deleted,
I would
private.
pay to see that.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some sick fucks on here that got every fucking show downloaded on like 12 different hard drives. You better believe it.
Oh yeah.
There's some sick fucks on here that do shit like that.
I just know I'll
They got
get fucked out
everything.
of that deal too.
What happened?
Nah,
I like
nothing.
Jay Uncle.
What
Huh?
do you mean?
Angela's been writing letters to Luigi Mangio. I could see that happening actually.
I don't think so because
They
she's a
should
right
have never
winger and he's a
judged.
leftist.
Oh yeah,
Well,
true.
What
she's
you,
not gonna tell him. She's not gonna tell him that.
Right. She's
Maybe
Gunsmoke?
it's
a,
an
Where did you get
Italian thing.
fucked out of? You said you
No,
got
if they
fucked
do a
out of?
fucking documentary and all this shit, I know everybody's gonna be fucking doing interviews and getting paid and shit about the whole story, and I get fucked. You know, I'm the dickhead. Fucking doesn't get nothing. Nobody's ringing my fucking phone.
well, don't fall asleep all day. Write a fucking book then.
No,
Let's
no, I've
do
been
it.
working on YouTube
Do a
shorts.
screenplay. What the fuck? You're gonna complain
Just
when it comes out?
yeah. Just make sure that you get to give
You
yourself.
snooze, you lose.
It's cocksuckers.
That's funny.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, that
Do
was my
Instagram.
idea.
All right, Danny. She sent him a pot pie. Sent who a pot pie?
Man,
Only one guy got pot pie around here, and it wasn't me.
You know my fire?
Book. You got to be around people to understand it. But yet they'll flock all over the prick of that skinny cokehead motherfucker rat fuck from Philadelphia. Yeah, you heard me. I called him a rat fuck.
Wow.
The motherfucker's
Yeah,
a
you
rat.
need to fucking
He's a
record that in
fucking
case he
rat.
takes it down. That fucking one line right there. You need
Don't
to
worry,
make
Joey
that
will
one.
remember.
You need to make that one of your fucking cartoon
Sound
memes.
bites.
I fucking
Yeah.
said it. Yeah, I fucking said it. That's a death wish right there, boy.
Make that a sound bite.
Let him take a time machine back 30 years ago. Go ahead and say some
Yeah,
bullshit like that.
I'm
That,
sure.
that's the equivalent of Lee Cole talking bad about Junior back in the day, and then all of a sudden, I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. That was a long time ago.
I'm sure fucking Lion Rats and Enablers will play that.
If this was 30 years ago,
Yeah.
Joey Molino would have sent fucking Ron Previty over there to kick his ass.
Or the Red Zilla guy.
Ron Previty would have crushed him. And a bear hug. Just crush him fucking.
No, right now, the Red Zilla guy he's got only 2 people on his mind.
He put me on one of his shows. I liked it. He did a good thing. He goes, Frank
Hey
called you
man,
a grifter.
look at Frank Fiordilino.
Frank called you a grifter. Oh.
Oh,
That's the floor, boy. I was like,
Luigi got a pot pie and some granny panties. They sent him socks too, but he didn't like the socks. He didn't wear them to court. Sick fucks out there. But yeah, it was the thought that counts.
tell you, there's some crazy fucking
that's gonna
people
start
out there.
Yeah, especially women. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they're all nuts. You know what else, too? This fucking takeover community where they take over the intersection, they do donuts. And it's like, I don't know where these people come from. There's like 100 of them out there. And they all get hit by the cars that are doing donuts and burnouts and shit. They're getting thrown by the car, or they're crashing into each other. And then they're shooting each other. If you crash into each other, then they beat each other up and shit. Or kill each other. This is crazy. It's all over Instagram. I don't know if it's all in California or what, but it seems like it's happening all over the country with this takeover shit. They just had it in Ozone Park the other day.
Hey, I was listening to the that interview that Joey Molino did with the girl that Gene has a problem with.
I saw the thumbnail.
Yeah, she said that basically that Gene was part of her research because she's studying to be a psychologist in the criminal mind.
Yeah, she set his ass up.
well, she hit the payload role.
She played him like a fiddle. He's locked up now. He's free.
He's out.
He's out on bail. But I mean, does that fucking even, listen, I'm not agreeing with anything that happened, but that was she's a liar also. You can see that.
Oh yeah,
clearly.
no, she played
making
him,
up excuses and who the fuck knows?
She knew what she was
happened.
doing with this guy. Yeah. She pushed all his right buttons.
Yeah.
And he's
She
got no
believed.
self-control.
She said she believed in criminals. Criminals can,
She's
change.
reformed,
She's a fucking
changed.
idiot.
So making like she was
When's she gonna date me? She's pretty hot.
making excuses why she dated him.
I'm an ex-criminal. Change me, baby.
Yeah, I wonder if she was singing that tune when he was fucking drilling her.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Change me.
Yeah.
My turn.
Frankie's got bipolar. He needs to get fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Spank
you
me.
don't fix that. You can't fix bipolar. You can't fix crazy.
I got the other side. I like to get hit.
But Frank wants to try though. He knows it can't be fixed, but he wants to.
Oh,
at least
please don't
try
hit
out-
me, baby.
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about Jean. She thinks
No,
she's
I'm
gonna
talking
change.
about if she's looking for people to fucking try out ex-criminals, come by me.
She'll save you.
Yeah, save me, baby.
I wonder whose condo was that? That was a nice joint.
That was
Hers.
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 That was
That was hers.
Yeah.
Pretty nice, man. He had it good over there.
No, fucking Gene putting his own camera in there. What kind of question was that?
I don't know.
Whose condo was that?
Shit.
It was Gene's. He said,
I
"Hey,
thought he was living
I got-"
large. Yeah. He's got the Porsche. I don't know. He's living large.
She gave the cops the tape.
Yeah. Well, she's not the only one who did that to him. All his girlfriends do that to him. The last one did it at the hotel room. Remember that fucking fiasco?
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, I'm with
Yeah,
Howie.
I just think these girls
It's a shitty hotel,
attracted to criminals, and
Bad boys.
Jeans are attracted to these crazy nut job girls.
I mean, she didn't go to Dr. Phil the next day.
Blondes
She went
with
to
big
Joey
tits.
Molino.
Joey Merlino. Is he still married, that guy? Merlino?
I don't think so.
Yeah, to Jeff Loman.
And Jeff
That's
probably
my bitch.
wished as a bitch.
Well, he'd wear a wig for Joe Molino, you know that.
Looks like he shaved his head. Remember he used to have that greasy hair?
God damn.
He really looked like he was in a rock band when he had that hair. Real greaseball. He shaved it off now.
It's shit, but I'm going to explain my purpose for saying that. Any boss, active, who does a podcast is a fucking rat. Any active motherfucker on YouTube is a fucking rat. That's how the streets see
Fucked
that.
up, man. He's calling him
You
out.
could say, oh, it's just your opinion because you don't like the guy and this and that and the third. No, this is what the streets say. Okay?
Yeah, but you would have never said that a year ago when you said he was your boy, right?
Yeah, how could he even be saying that?
So then he worked with a rat. He knowingly worked with a rat. If he has this opinion now,
wasn't he fucking living with A-Light at some time? What is he, a reformed
let's forgive it.
addict?
I guess everybody deserves a second chance. I guess
He's a reformed rat addict.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's redeemed. He's
Stop.
God forgives.
By the blood of the Lamb.
Gene never dates 9s or 10s. Oh, never date 9 or 10s. Yeah.
I date 3s
hot
and
broad.
4s. What the
Too much
fuck?
pressure, man. So much aggravation. Yeah. It's a lot of upkeep too.
I
And
mean,
then the headaches.
the girl fucking said that she's fucking been studying for fucking 8 years and she's going for her master's in criminal psychology.
Yeah,
I think.
know. It's always psychology.
Something really fucking, some type of fucking big
just like saying
education
that.
thing. Huh?
No, they just like saying that. She ain't gonna be no fucking psychologist. They just like saying that shit. I'm studying psychology. I'm studying psychology. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking psychologists out there. Bullshit.
Yeah, she wanted to date a gangster, and
yeah,
now she knows.
Well, Gene Barillo did his first interview today. Really? With who? Who did the interview? Dr. Phil? Maybe that could have helped him. Maybe that's the help he needs.
Gene, do you think you're having a problem?
Hey, what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? My cousin Proctor has dealt with you before.
It was a freaking phone, man. Let her hold the phone till she's done. I don't know. Fucking Dr. Phil.
When we talk in terms of what opinion matters, mine doesn't fucking matter. What
That's
the
right,
streets
boy.
say is
Yeah.
what the truth, gospel truth is of the facts. Everybody here in New York called him a fucking rat. Guys in Philadelphia called him a fucking rat for doing that.
I thought it was weird, but I
Who
thought he
called
was
him? He's
retired.
talking about Joey. That they called
Yeah.
Joey a rat.
Yeah, he
Oh.
said everybody called him a rat.
Yeah, I mean, you're not supposed to fucking do what he's doing.
No.
He got shelved for it. They'll call
Yeah.
you a rat for doing that.
Yeah. Well,
That's the streets. That's what they say. And as a result, gets thrown the fuck out of the mob because of his ego was bigger than his fucking intelligence. But yet you motherfuckers sit here and you chastise John Gotti, or you chastise John Gotti Jr., or whatever the case may be. But one ain't got a fucking thing to say about the other one. So you guys,
well, he did have. I don't know how long
Well,
ago.
one ain't got to say. What is he trying to say? Like neither one of them have said anything to each other about it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's not true. If that's what he's trying to say, Joey Molino called him a rat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to hear that again to be sure.
Hold on, let me rewind it.
yet you motherfuckers sit here and you chastise John Gotti, or you chastise John Gotti Jr., or whatever the case may be. But one ain't got a fucking thing to say about the other one. So you guys throw this shit on John Gotti, who was a horrible mob boss. You had a fucking active mob boss on fucking YouTube. You got no problem with that? That's a bigger rat move than anything John Gotti Sr. could have ever done. Are you kidding me? Because you guys apply this belief in your stupid fucking weirdo friendship moralistic viewpoint to whoever you like at the moment. And you won't call it up and down the middle. You won't call it in a straight line. No, I'm mad at this one, so I'm going to say something negative today. You chastise John Gotti for getting caught talking on a wiretap when everybody and their mother in the 1980s was caught on a wiretap. And you say, that's why he ruined the mob. But you had an active mob boss on fucking YouTube. Where's the mentality? Where's the intelligence for that? Because a lot of you like to play this shit like you straight hood, or you straight gangster, you straight this, you hard, and you.
Yeah, who's straight hood? Who's the dude straight hood?
Yeah, I guess I heard it wrong. He wasn't saying what I thought he said.
God damn it.
I would
Anyway,
be surprised if he's still in the mob.
Oh,
Fucking Molino.
well, he was the Instagram Don. They called him that way before this YouTube shit. He was
No,
the
I'm
Instagram
talking
Don.
I'm talking about he's not a rat like this
Yeah.
fucking guy's saying. But I would pretty much think that he's not in that life anymore.
Yeah, well, otherwise guys will call him a rat for doing that.
Yeah,
you're not
supposed to be doing
supposed to do that. They call him a rat because he's speaking,
He's basically doing a TV show. That's what he's doing. He's
so
doing a
Joe
fucking
Bonanno.
TV show.
Well, he got shelved for it.
Yeah.
So
They weren't happy with Joe Bonanno either.
Obviously, they felt some type of way about it.
I'm surprised Joe Bonanno didn't get clipped over that shit.
They probably tried, and
he did talk about the mob. Actually, if you ever watch that 60 Minutes episode, he said some fucking like dementia types of things. He talked about
didn't they try to kill his son?
Yeah, he had a shootout.
Yeah, they tried to kill his son, right?
Remember when I think Frank's relatives were involved in that?
Oh, which one?
Bill Bonanno was in the street shooting it out.
Yeah, that was my Uncle John.
Yeah, and nobody got hurt.
They tried to kill him.
There was like fucking 20 of them shooting at each other. He got hit in the leg.
Oh, he got hit. Okay, I thought nobody got hit.
No, but there was like fucking 100 shots. They were all from fire escapes.
I guess it's better than getting hit in your ass, right?
Yeah,
you can't sit down and take a shit for fucking months.
I don't think they tried to kill the father though, because he tried to take over the whole commission, right? He was going to kill everybody.
He says, "I'll leave," and they said, "Okay, get the
they
fuck
gave
out."
him a pass.
What
Even with
about
the
what
book.
about this?
Yeah.
What about the story nobody covers when they were out in Arizona and the corrupt FBI agents tried to bomb his house to
Oh, I don't
start a
remember
case?
that.
Yeah, I've heard. I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know about
nobody's
that.
done a story on that. No, I'm telling you, it's true.
Yeah.
There was fucking 2 corrupt FBI agents in Arizona that were doing an investigation on Bonanno for years, and they weren't coming up with nothing. So they plotted to. I think they even blew up his porch or something like that.
Yeah,
I
they were
know they were
taking his
digging through his
garbage too.
trash.
Yeah, they're
They
taking his
put a
garbage.
bomb. No, they put a bomb under his porch and blew it up and tried to start a whole
Wow.
indictment against the guy. They tried to start a mob war, saying somebody was trying to kill him, basically.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, look it up. You'll find it.
Bonanno boy.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, you know, some, you know, he heard it somewhere. You know, I've never heard it, but personally,
Yeah.
What, the Joe Bonanno bombings?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard. I heard something to that effect though. I did. I don't know the story though. I don't, so I don't
No,
want.
I mean, the only reason why I don't know it is because I never really ever researched Joe Bonanno or paid
Shit,
attention.
he was out of New York by '68. I was born in '70.
Yeah,
Oh, so right
he was
before he was
out.
born.
Yeah.
So that kidnapping, was it real or fake?
Fake.
That was fake?
Yeah.
I don't know. He put it in his book. They said they kidnapped him, brought him upstate. His fucking own cousin kidnapped him. He
Nah.
told him something in Sicilian, like your ego takes up
He
too
just
much
wanted
air
to
or
see
something.
what was going on. That's it. Krieger
What
was his you know, the
what
guy
did
who
they you know, like they kidnapped them and then they let him go?
For like a
That was it.
month or like a few weeks. I don't know how many months it was.
yeah, but
So
they
what was
also
the purpose?
he also has a subpoena on him. He had to go to court, so he just did. They pretended he got.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Krieger was his lawyer, the brother of the guy who represented Gotti later on. They're from Boston. You know, the bald-headed guys. They look alike.
Yeah.
I take offense to that. We're a community. Bald, douchebag
Well,
community.
you guys should be happy that bald is in. You know,
Yeah,
like
thank
Yeah,
God.
it's not like it used
we
to
put
be.
our
Like
heads together. You
We
get
ain't
an
got no
ass.
fucking choice. Hopefully we come up with a cure. Cherry Molino's my friend. You
back
fanboys don't know.
if you guys were growing up back in the old days, you'd have a landing strip.
We
Shit.
had the comb over.
Yeah, a comb over or just fucking leaving the hair on the sides and having the top
Yeah.
bald.
I don't know how
We'd have the
certain
Jackie
people
the
are able to
Rose.
pull that off. I commend those people that pull that off with the hair on the sides, but the top is bald.
I know
Right.
one guy who pulled it off, but he used to have the sides like really, really short.
Yeah. A little
Okay.
shape up. Yeah.
Yeah, and he always had a decent tan, and it didn't look bad.
Yeah.
Tony Green always wore a hat
What
with
kind
a
of hat?
wig.
Fedora? What kind of hat?
No, baseball cap.
With a wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure that motherfucker didn't blow off.
He was funny. He was a nice guy.
Maury's wigs don't come off. Banana kidnap was all bullshit. I don't know. In the book, he made it sound believable, man.
He's a bullshit artist.
He had a troubled relationship with Magadino.
And De Gregorio. De Gregorio was the guy he was fighting against.
Where the fuck was he from?
Just still not.
Oh, no, in New York though.
That was my uncle's guy. That was his boss.
Yeah, my fucking challenge to Jeff Loman is produce the paperwork that supports your theory that John Jr. got permission from bosses. You're always fucking saying that you got the paperwork. Let's see it.
But what does that mean though? Does that make it okay? I mean, what the fuck is the point?
No, but what I'm saying is that's just another lie that he trapped himself
Yeah.
with because he doesn't have any paperwork that says that.
But he's gonna have paperwork that said he got permission to do a 302. He still did a 302, bro. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here?
No, I
Just because
know, but
Messino's, yeah. I mean, these guys nuts.
he's not saying that John didn't do the 302.
Yeah.
He's saying that he got permission.
So he's saying he's a rat, then. I don't know.
I mean, listen, man. This guy's too invested in his bullshit. I'm glad he's back because it gives me someone to laugh at.
Well, it gave me a show
Yeah,
tonight. Thank God.
he's just looking for a pat on his fucking back from an angel. I mean, she's his emergency contact if something happens to him. So
Yeah, he's at his Lower East Side, but that's why he's pulling. Come over here, come see me, because he's a bitch. He's a straight
you,
bitch.
you, you
I remember he was gonna do a show by Tom Levecchi's house and invite a whole bunch of people, dinner, a house, rent it out. And then when I found out where the house was, and I didn't have no intentions to go there, I just kid around, say, hey, let me come up there to Lavecchia. He closed
Catered
the whole
food.
deal. And this is me. I'm nobody.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
I don't want to be there if she's there.
he said he's been sick for a while, I guess, a couple months or something. So I guess while he was in the hospital, Angel said that he put her name as the emergency contact.
Oh,
that's sweet.
You thought of me.
Yeah, but what does that tell you?
He's connected to the Gattis.
No.
That he don't have nobody in his family and he's not close to no one.
Right, like like why would he need her as a fucking emergency contact? You don't fucking know anyone, you don't have any family members or fucking best friends or any. It has to be
He obviously ain't got a girlfriend.
Right.
He has somebody in Pennsylvania who I'm not gonna mention.
Yeah.
What? He had somebody in Pennsylvania. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure the nurse was very impressed when she saw a Gotti on the fucking
He had
paper.
somebody, what? A family member?
That he could go live with.
Oh.
In the area.
Yeah, but he just fucking called. He just said that he went to the nut house.
Oh, he said he just went to the. He put himself in the nut house again.
No. He was. I'm just joking. Like maybe he could have went.
Okay, I believe that. I mean, what the fuck? He's crazy.
Maybe he could have went to live by Nadu.
Oh, they could have had a double team nut house. Bunk beds.
Oh shit!
Imagine those two were neighbors.
If you think about it,
could you imagine them doing bunk beds with microphones and access to fucking the internet?
Nah, they got car beds.
A lot of the shit he said, he was projecting.
Step Brothers.
A lot of projection.
He's what?
A lot of projection in what he said.
Oh, everybody on here loves doing that shit.
Don't get self-righteous with me, boy.
What dude's my guy though? Fucking, if it comes at the end of the day, I mean, if I had to pick one or the other, come on, guys.
What are you talking about?
If I had to pick one or the other. Who you think is more credible?
Nobody's talking about anything like that. I'm just
Even
saying
though the bunk bed sound like a good idea.
Everything he said was like he was projecting, because he's basically done everything that he's saying everyone else did.
Damn.
Who knows? The dude might throw me to the fucking gutter now that he's eating fucking Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah, this guy's an official LARPer, that's for sure.
He's not getting no Philly cheesesteak, boy.
That fucking guy was hey Loman, you know what you're not doing? Eat the fucking Philly cheesesteaks with fucking Joey.
Yeah.
Has he ever addressed that paperwork that came out about him or no?
What paperwork?
What paperwork, boy?
The one when he fucking went in the doggy door and told on everybody.
You and that fucking doggy door.
Oh, what's his face? The fucking.
What do you get? Like one shoulder in there?
Elio, the lawyer, explained that he was fucking 16 years old.
No, he said he ratted. That's why he was 20 years old. So he gets a pass.
No, at first he started like 18, then he switched it to 19, then 20.
Well, that's when you really put him out of the low.
Yeah, meanwhile, it was fucking 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Praise Allah. Praise Allah.
Doesn't matter, at that age, you already know that you shouldn't be fucking.
Of course.
Of course, that's when you're down by law. 20 years old, you're a fucking cowboy ready to die about that shit.
23 when it happened. Okay, 20,
What are you
whatever.
talking about?
Oh, he was 23?
Oh,
Okay.
Definitely ain't
Yeah,
nobody snitching about it.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
think
well,
I heard that too, that he was 23. Yeah.
yeah, he was older than 20, but you got to remember when you come from a family of mobsters like he does, that's a fucking very serious thing, you know.
Yeah.
That
That's
must have been
maybe
a
that's
very big
That's an
blow.
infam, yeah.
maybe that's why Angel's this content. Maybe he got disowned because of that. That's why
He
she's
probably
this
had the same
contact.
reaction my family had when I flipped.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
two things I want to see, Jeff. Your paperwork on your theory that John got permission from the bosses,
Yeah.
and let's see your paperwork and explain what happened there.
Whatever happened there,
The person interrogated was a female. I could probably try to get to find out if you
But
could give me an
you could
Instagram.
tell he doesn't like Nadu.
no, that's his main
Oh,
competition. That's his arch
you
enemy.
think?
They should have a fucking like a fight.
See, the dude came out of
Yeah.
nowhere. He feels like and took his lane. You know.
Well, to be fair, I've seen one of them fight. I don't know if they're going to be down for a rematch anytime soon, but
They should
I,
have one
I,
of those fucking speedo fucking offs like the fucking muscle guys do.
I would definitely
Mud
watch it.
wrestler.
A pose off.
Pose.
You know, like the bodybuilders. They come in with speedos.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hell, you watching that shit for, boy?
yeah. Too many slinkies.
Shit, motherfucker.
But I would love to. I wouldn't mind watching Loman and Jeff go at it.
Great.
Or have a versus battle. Who's got the best interviews?
I'd actually fight both of them in a ring. Like wrestling. Though.
Wrestling shit? That'd be a
Yeah,
good
like
show.
body slam fucking Loman.
Take a fucking chair and fucking bash somebody over the head with it.
We'll make him
Lee,
look better.
Lee Cole's got to set it up though. It's wrestling. He knows all the particulars.
Does Nadu go to your show, Frankie?
Yeah, he does. You come
Motherfucker.
down, like even Gunsmoke came in for the first time the other day.
I did, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, they were
Yeah.
making me feel bad about him. Them right. Let me just go in there and say
Sure.
hello. Yeah. Only a
Listen,
couple people
what?
broke my
Today,
balls, but they're assholes anyway. So
James did something today. He was like, he did a whole thing of people with the show. Kind of felt low. So we're only 5 months. I get it, but they had guys with all these fucking subscriptions, and he
yeah.
had like 10 of them. And I get it; they've been there a long time. It was like fucking 120,000, 90,000. Some of these guys 80. Top 10 guys, like in the mob. We're like at 2,500.
Shit.
Oh yeah.
We just started.
Shit.
But I think we're at least better than like 3 or 4 of them there, I think.
Well, Canarsie said he doesn't watch his show. He says only 2 people he'll watch in the mob content.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, how many years have those other shows been around?
He's an asshole. He's watching all that shit. You don't think he watches the do?
Well,
He
number
grits his
I
teeth.
bet you Proctor was like number fucking 2000 something as well.
No, it was 1 to 10. He was like 5 or 6.
Oh,
'Cause
1
he
to
took-
10. I thought you said you were there at 2,500.
No, 2,500 subscribers. They were going by subscription.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, and his show was the Lee Cole show. I think we do the right thing by our show. It's okay. I mean, we just started, but
No,
I've seen a lot of them. I feel that we just bring as much as content as them. I'm not saying we're better, but I don't think we're worse either.
No, Brett knows what he's doing, man. He's definitely gonna get up to 10,000 at least with the
Well,
subs.
what's his face? Sakali broke 100,000.
Well, that's how that conversation started. They said that he buys the shit, but I don't believe it because he has a lot of good platforms.
No, what he did was paid. He paid for
The
advertising.
European people, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it.
they're legitimate subscriptions. Whether or not
Yeah,
those
I believe
people are
that
going to
too.
continue watching, that's another thing. But it doesn't matter. If you get
well, the
fucking
analogy.
20,000 fucking new subscribers, if if 500 of them stick around, you still made 500. You know.
Yeah, I mean the analogy he's trying to use and claim that that's not a good way to go about business just shows you the fact that he doesn't know how to do business, because what he's saying they're doing by paying for advertisements to get subscribers to drive them over to their channel is like complaining that fucking Coca-Cola does commercials during the Super Bowl hoping
I
somebody's
mean,
gonna
it's
buy their
networking.
Coca-Cola.
It's
No,
fucking
no, good
basic
Fucking
point.
fucking
Good point.
business.
Good point.
Yeah,
no,
I
the
mean,
point is
and
that you're
Rico,
investing in your channel to get subscribers that might get
Well, he
viewers
said
that
he don't
might
care about
donate. So
that. He
what the
don't
fuck
care
is the
about
point?
views. He said
Rico was the first one to do it. He started talking about it.
the
He showed
algorithm.
this guy. He showed that guy.
Yeah.
He does the same thing. He pays for advertisement, and Angel
We
did
need
it too.
more shorts too.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what you got to do. You got to make some shorts, and then
I told him.
pay to put it out in like 5 different countries, and you know people
On different platforms too.
will
Figure it out.
fucking what if they watch the short and they like it, they're gonna hit the subscribe button.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know. I think our stuff is pretty good. People come on, gradually, whatever. Do I think it's great? Probably not, but
Well, I think if you did a bunch of shorts and you did what Sakali did and put it, and you know because he put it out in like 5 different countries,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
did that, you cause more traffic, you know,
Google
and
does that. Yep.
yeah, and you know, I mean, then I believe the people will start watching. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they don't watch, you still got the subscriber.
Yeah. And you're off to a great start. And Brett knows what he's doing, so
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
he
you
he'll
does.
do, all
definitely
you
get
need is
there.
you need to a little push to get out there. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see where we are after a year. If we're going anywhere, we're not. But
Why are you gonna wait a year to do that? I would do that fucking
no, not to do
tomorrow.
that. I'm saying
Oh.
we'll go totally in the show, But we've been considering that, Howie. We have.
Oh
No,
shit.
I think if you don't do it, you're making a mistake.
Gotcha.
Mike DeBella. Look at this. Long
Definitely a
time,
big
brother.
fucking mistake.
Good to see you, man.
What's up, Mike DeBella?
Thank you, Mike.
The Kim Mark was on yesterday too. He said,
My dude?
Oh, was he?
yeah.
Yeah, I still haven't called him.
My dude.
Should be on tomorrow or Thursday, either or. So tune in, guys.
What's
What? A
tomorrow?
live?
Wednesday?
You
Yeah,
doing a
yeah,
live
yeah.
tomorrow or Thursday? You said.
Yeah, one or the other. So I started this new thing. It's about it's called Ridgewood, the True Story. It's a Janini story shit. So we'll start from the first one every Sunday at 7.
Yeah, you should have like an open mic night.
I sure, I don't care. Anybody want to come on, then come on.
Open the mic night, boy. Let's do
Well,
some
you always got the
karaoke.
open mic, you know that. Well, tune in. If we come on tomorrow, I'll give you a call.
Carmine
right.
says, Frank, your channel is growing.
Thanks. We do
Thank you,
really well
David.
when Howie comes on.
Oh, look at this. Danny Santos says, I'm going to say this here for the first time. I gave Barillo $90 via PayPal for a copy of his book via PayPal just to be a nice guy. And I got ripped. He got ripped off hardcore. You never got that book, huh?
Wow.
That's a lot of money for a book, too.
$90.
Was that autograph included?
What did he buy?
I
Two of them?
mean, yeah, I mean to be fair, there was a couple other people that had made that same
I kind of
comment
heard
too.
this before, yeah.
Yeah,
Many
I've heard it
moons
a few
ago, I
times,
heard this.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
but
Like, I'm waiting for this
I think
fucking book. Who used to say that? That was like 2 years
I
ago.
think they said it was like 40 or 45 though. The other people.
Billy Stroons, where the fuck has he been? And Danny Santos, I haven't seen him in a long time either.
Yeah. Philly boy. Thank you, Rob Jean, too. This fucking guy, is that a new avatar now? Or is it the same one? No, it's a different one. This fucking guy. Better be a hardcover book? Yeah, we don't want that cheap shit. What's the book about? No, I guess you guys don't want to talk
His
about
book. His book.
it. Yeah, Gene Barello, right?
Yeah, G. Borello's book.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
the fuck is it about?
I heard he sells copies that are signed for $40 a piece.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. If you could get that shit, jeez. I'll probably
So,
get $4.
so what's A-Light getting? A-Light's got to be charging fucking top dollar too, right? Baseball bats, butcher knives,
Yeah, I guess
books.
whoever
What's up, fellas?
they probably get a few people to buy him at least.
Damn, man.
Rob
Cali
Jean,
signature.
is that a new donation?
Yeah, that's a brand new one. Thank you, Rob Jean.
Good looking Rob Jean number 2.
Number 2.
Yeah, he goes on our show. I don't know who that is.
I don't know. He's breaking Rob Jean's balls. He's got a good picture of him.
Maybe he's
Next
Mike
time
the
he comes
driver.
out, we play the audio bite.
Yeah, that's a good audio bite too. It's perfect.
How you doing, cuz?
Hi, cuz. What up, cuz? Huh?
Maybe it's Mike the driver.
Yeah, what the
could
fuck
be
happened to
Mike
that
the
guy?
driver, yeah.
Could be.
Well, whoever he
Wow,
is, he's
that was
fucking
good.
donating. So
Yeah, thank
maybe
God.
it's like a relative of his, or could be his son,
That'd be funny.
Rob Jean II.
Well, whoever it is, I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank God. And thank you again, Mike DeBella. Good to see you, brother. I should have given you the 90. Yeah, you should have. That's right, Danny. As long as you understand now, you know? As long as you understand.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get you to go collect it.
Yeah, good luck.
Lawyers got your money.
Shave it.
Yeah, DL said we know it's not fish because he gave you money.
Yeah.
That sick fuck. He sent me 500. He's like, "Oh, cuz I made a mistake." I forgot all about that.
So, Tony Pizza sent you some clips or something, Frankie?
He sent me dead links.
Yeah,
he
said
sent me the link.
he said it to
I think it's about some guy. I don't even want to talk about it. He's got his own problems with this guy, and I don't know.
Some guy.
I think he's still going after the Joey Dimes, and I always like Joey Dimes.
Oh.
Yeah, so why the fuck would I have you come on here and trash the guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. These guys, they make friends with people, then they're not friends, and then they're friends again, and then they're not friends again.
And around we go.
Yeah.
You should have invested that 90 in Sakali's new crypto coin. I got a new crypto coin. What's it called? What's that shit?
I know there's people making a ton of money on that, but there's also a lot of fucking scams going on.
It's risky, man. It's risky. Most of it is a scheme. The whole fucking thing is a scheme.
It's like a fucking Ponzi fucking.
Those assholes with Bitcoin got lucky. Everybody else is getting fucked. I wanted to buy Dogecoin I don't know how many years ago, but.
Well, I mean, I do. I mean, according to what I hear, eventually that's going to be the currency, cryptocurrency.
I don't know if that's going to happen. It could. Maybe I can't. We can't tell the future, but
yeah,
it seems like that's where it's headed. I don't
know.
As
long as the government can get their piece, then it'll probably happen.
Yeah, they're going to have to figure that out because it's going to be a universal currency and shit.
Yeah, they're not
the
going
internet.
to. They're not going to support it if they ain't making it.
It's going to fuck up the dollar,
Yeah.
Who wants to go to the park at night? That coin will never go anywhere. No, I don't think so. I don't know. It's just the whole concept. I don't know. People are getting rich out there with it, though.
Look what that coin will never go anywhere. Yeah, if the government can't get a piece of it, it never will.
Yeah.
Well, you never know with these fucking people.
I don't know. Trump seems to be all for it, but I don't know.
Hey, fellas, I gotta jump down. I gotta take care of something. I probably won't be coming back on by the time you guys finish or whatever. But,
I feel you, though.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. We'll catch up. We'll catch up
probably
soon.
should shut it down.
All right, Common.
All right, later, Frankie. Everybody in the
Later,
chat.
brother.
Good night, guys.
Thank you, Common.
Ciao.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting kind of tired myself.
it's been a
Me
4-hour
too.
show
I'm getting
almost.
fucking
Yeah.
tired.
So we'll shut
Really?
it down. Yeah, almost 4 hours. I started at
Yeah,
10.
all right. Shut it
Yeah.
down.
Good
All right.
show. Good show. I had fun.
I appreciate you
Yeah,
guys,
me
man.
too.
Great
Me
show.
too.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Good night, Smoke. Good
All
night,
right.
Frank. Good
Bye-bye.
night, everybody in the chat.
All right, fellas.
Good night,
Thank you,
guys.
Talk
Howie.
Good night.
soon. All right. Bye.
Frankie boy.
What's up, bud?
I don't know. I guess the show's over, huh?
Yeah,
We had fun, though. It was a fun show.
Yeah, it was good. Anytime that guy opens his mouth, it's fun.
Yeah. I guess
You know,
he's the hot topic of the week.
I hope he comes back with more.
Yeah. It makes for a good show,
Oh yeah, for sure, for
It's,
sure.
it's a lot of fun. It's good to
Yeah.
have the what do you call it, debate. Fucking making me stutter.
The debate, yeah.
You've been fucking me around all week, you prick.
I don't know if he I don't know if he kind of likes this stuff or he fucking now he's gonna go into a depression, man.
I think it's a cry for attention, and then when he gets the attention, he don't like the attention because it's
And he gets
negative.
a negative attention. Yeah.
And then then he don't like it, but he needs the attention or he wants it. I don't know.
No, I understand. All right, brother.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Frank. Thank you, brother.
Yeah. Good night, guys.
Talk to you later, man.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, there you have it. Turned out to be a pretty good show. We had over 100 people here. I don't know, 115 at one point. Maybe. That was pretty good. Haven't had that in a while. So I want to thank Common Sense and Howie and Frank for coming on the show. I was going to talk about bullshit, dire wolves, and some other interesting shit that you guys just don't care about. You guys love mob content and anti-cuck content. We're gonna give you anti-cuck content soon too. Don't worry. Stay tuned. But I gotta thank the anonymous people that sent me Venmos. Thank you. Much needed and much appreciated. Thank you for the cash. Thank God. Shout out to Steven though. Shout out to Steven. Thank you, brother. So make sure I don't forget nobody. All right. And also everybody that sent a super chat, they bought memberships. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses. DL gifted memberships. Thank you, brother. Nightmare, $2.99. I think Nightmare's doing good out there, brother. Danny Green, as always, thank you. I can't thank you enough, Danny Green. Can always depend on you to support the channel, brother. Thank you. Forever and ever. Rob Jean, too. Even Rude Irish showed up tonight. Thank you, brother. My dude. Gardino, as always, thank you. Joe Root, my man. Joe Root's been with me a long time, too. Thank you, Joe Root. Seretti Boy for the kitty. Thank you. NCO7 showed up tonight. I actually thought about you and your brother the other day, and I was like, damn, I got to reach out to these people, man. I'm an asshole. I got to reach out. Tina Beagle, thank you. And Mike DeBella, good to see you tonight, brother. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow night. I wanted to do an afternoon show, but I can't. I got to do something tomorrow afternoon. So, yeah, we'll do a night show tomorrow. So stay tuned and hit the like button. And we're out of here, all right? Get some sleep. Until next time, peace.